Mr. Eric White. Dude, are you ready for episode 141 of the Drag Drive Repeat show presented by Summit Racing?
Man, I don't know how you get ready for a night like tonight, to be honest.
It's going to be wild. The Canadian invasion is here. We have more horsepower than the Canadian Mounties, is all I'm going to say. That's all I can come up with for Canadian stuff. These guys are going to be awesome. There's a plethora of people backstage to come on. Just backstage right now, we've got Steve Groeninck, we've got Isiah Williams or Brett from the shop, we've got Sheldon Root, we've got Trevor Branden on, we've got Rich Guido back there, we've got Raj, Chris Hein has been messaged to see if he wants to come on, and Shaun Umscheid is going to be, he's been messaged as well to see if he wants to be on. So it's going to be kind of crazy. I can't wait to talk about some of this stuff because Canada is like the third most event hosted country in the world. So Australia has now overtaken them. So we got to get some more Canadian events. But a lot of these guys, or I think all of these guys, have been south into the US to do an event with us here. So I can't wait to hear some of these stories. I can't wait to get into it. So, Mr. Eric White, we hit the intro and let's do this thing.
Yep, let's go.
All right, guys. Like I said, welcome to episode 141 of the Drag Drive Repeat show presented by Summit Racing. Tonight is the Canadian invasion. It's going to be wild. I hope you guys are comfortable. There's no way we are staying within 2 hours. So get you a spot, get your earbuds charged up, play this on the TV in the living room. Just let the whole family know we're going to have a lot of fun tonight. If you don't know, my name is Mike Narks. I'm the host of this show and the news that happens on Saturdays. So at least 3 hours a week, we are live right here on wherever you're watching this to talk about all things Drag and Drive, every stats and stories, news and entertainment from the Drag and Drive community, I guess is probably the best way to say that. My right-hand man, Mr. Eric White, my co-host. What you got going on, dude?
I am Eric White, co-host of both the show and the news. Typically doing photos, but like I said before, this is kind of the lull of the year where I don't got any photos going on. So plenty of artwork being created for the circuit. So racer cards, route stops, sponsor posts, all that kind of stuff. I've been hammering away at in the background, getting that stuff ready. I think, what did I tell you the other day? It was like 125 pieces so far that I've created. So we've got a ton more to come over the next 60-ish days until the circuit.
Oh my gosh, dude. That's scary, man. It's scary that we're so close. There's a lot of stuff happening, and we actually don't have a circuit update this week because there's just been so much that's like it's like almost there that I can't quite make a post about it, or I can't quite tell everybody about it yet, but there's a lot of stuff that's working. So I'm excited about that. Well, dude, it has been crazy, and I'll tell you, we can't do it without our race car friends, man. These folks out here in the world just helping us do whatever we do and do it at another level. It's been kind of awesome. There's some articles that are going to begin dropping that are actually being helped pushed forward by one of our race car friends. So I appreciate Rodney Reeves out there with a great idea, and we're just taking it to the next level with his help. So I'm excited about that. And of course, our sponsors, man, can't do without these guys. So if you guys are shopping, hit these folks up. Summit Racing, of course, we have an affiliate link. You guys can go right to our Facebook page. It's one of the top pinned posts there, or any Summit Racing. Anytime you see Summit Racing on our website, dragdriverepeat.com, you can click on that. It takes you through. It's automatically an affiliate link that way because it basically says we sent you over there. So appreciate that. Deechworks, of course, 2 cars coming to the circuit, sponsoring our racer party. Dude, man, I love these guys. I can't wait for them to come over and for Mark Campbell to, really give Brian Acton a run for his money in the street race power adder class at the circuit. Molly Motorsports, best pistons in the game. Driven Racing Oil, another folks there in Memphis. Hopefully they're going to come up to the short circuit there because we're only about an hour from them. At George Ray's Wildcat, they're based out of Memphis, but you can find them anywhere and everywhere. Jay Howard's Cams in here talking about all kinds of valve train stuff. Dude, Luke B has been on a tear lately. It's been awesome. Him answering all kinds of questions everywhere. JWire Solutions, the stuff tonight. I love your notes on that segment tonight, talking about how they take stuff from, basically like a thought to how they actually print it and all that kind of stuff. AFCO Racing Products, Performer Built Transmissions, Car Change 3D, Power Tube TV, WAF Racing, Sweet Patina, and Racing Junk. Y'all, if you're doing some stuff, go hit those guys up. And, Summit Racing is our title sponsor here at the show and the news and the circuit as well. So we're going to let Brian Loans tell you a little bit about them.
What does it mean to be built with Summit? It means you're hitting the autocross, drag strip, road course, trail, dirt, or open road with confidence. Because built with Summit means you're using parts from the top names in performance, priced to make your project affordable, and it's all backed by trusted tech expertise and blazing fast shipping. Summit Racing Equipment. Let's build it together. SummitRacing.com.
Hey, before we get into this, I do see some folks making comments about Dan, Montana Dan. If somebody could send him over the link or add him to the Facebook group that we have for this Canadian invasion, that'd be awesome. I would love to have Dan on. Just didn't think about him earlier, but as he says, he is a honorary Canadian. I mean, he basically lives up that way. So, come on, it's kind of the same thing. So it's going to be kind of awesome. This is going to be fun tonight. Dude, I'm telling you, it's going to be a blast. And one thing else that I saw on Summit, this speaks to me, right? It says, what's the moment you officially became a car person? John Scholes there says, when I decided I hated money, thought that was pretty funny and fitting as well. But one of the other comments, there's like 350 comments on this post. One of the other comments, Corey Marchowski says, hearing a turbo spool up for the first time. And I think that's like, I was a car guy before that. I was interested in cars and all that stuff. But as like a 17-year-old, this guy had a Cyclone that had turbo upgrades and all this stuff. And he launched out in front of this spot that all of us high schoolers used to hang out. This guy was probably in his mid-20s at the time. At that moment, I was like, turbos will forever be my jam, because man, that thing, like, it was on, I'd never seen like a two-step on a streetcar. Basically didn't even know what that was, and it lit off. So I was going to ask you what the what kind of your turning point was there.
Man, my dad was always into cars. Him and his buddies always worked on cars. Dad had Novas, so I was always around cars. I think from what I can remember, driving my mom's old Pontiac Skylark around my grandparents' like farm or field. Just those are the things that kind of take me back to when I was into cars. But I think really when I was 13 is when I got my first car. My parents bought me a wrecked Fox body Mustang, which is fitting because that's what I have today. And did side jobs. I've told the story before, but did side jobs as a 13-year-old to save up money to buy a new front end, a new window, and a couple of the glasses were missing. So did all that stuff and saved it up so that I could fix that car up. And I think that's really probably the moment that it's like, okay, I like doing this kind of stuff.
Well, and like at that point, you're looking at performance parts. You're trying to already figure out the shopping process and how to go faster and all that stuff. Yeah, I don't blame. That's cool, man. And of course, like I said, we are a Summit affiliate, so just hit the link in our stuff. Appreciate that for them. And then, of course, the Summit branded drag drive repeat merch you can get right over there, summitracing.com. Nico here sporting one of the t-shirts. You can do hats, big brim hats, and then hoodies as well on that. So throw those in your stuff. We'll see everybody at the circuit here soon. Drag Driver Pete updates. This is going to be quick. We announced the short circuit on Saturday. This happened literally like Friday night. This happened, and we announced it on Saturday morning, November 6th and 7th. George Ray's Wildcat Drag Strip in Paragould, Arkansas. I can't explain to you guys how excited I am for this. 100 cars. Dude, it may be laughable, actually. I've probably had half of that many people message me about, hey, make sure I have a spot for this. So obviously the folks that attend our stuff get, special treatment. The people that attend the circuit, the Street and Strip series, and the people that attended the short circuit last year. I don't know if this will even go to the public, to be honest with you. So we may look at that 100 car max and talk to Tyler and the team over at George Ray's and figure out, can we fit in a little more cars based on what he thinks we got going on. So I don't know. I'm excited. This is going to be a really fun one. My mom is helping. She's already looking at like all kinds of route stops, because that's kind of her stomping ground over there. I grew up in that part of the state, and we've got some plans. I think it's going to be really fun over there, and to just do that 6 simple classes. This is not going to be an event where people are going to set records. I promise you that. This is going to be an event where we're going to have a lot of fun, and we're going to be at a legendary track that's been around for a long time, that has done some really, really cool things. Everything is 1/8 mile. So keep that in mind. If you guys are 1/4 mile only, take that stuff back home. We don't have it over here. And then last up, Mother Road Mayhem registration is open. Again, not mandatory, but I wanted to open it up because I want to do some giveaways. So we're going to do giveaways with like gas cards for Love's Travel Stops. We're going to do free tech cards to Tulsa for other events, for other times that they're open, and of course some Drag Driver Pete swag pack stuff. So Mother Road Mayhem, dude, you're going to go over that in just it's a couple days. I mean, we're 40 something days or something like that. I can't remember what you've got in the notes there in the driven part. And then lastly, listen, I don't know why this still takes me so damn long, but I worked on this for like 3.5 hours today. So everybody better be happy. The interactive map is uploaded, updated for all the events that I have that have addresses, or that have tracks assigned to them and all that kind of stuff. So 46 of the 50 events that are on the list right now are populated in here. You can look here and kind of at the map. For folks who are listening on the podcast, just jump over to YouTube. But the map is definitely US heavy. We need some events around the world, better around the world. There's 5 Canadian events, 7 Australian events, but the other 28 or 38 events are here in the States. So we need more.
I had a question here from Robert saying the circuit, is it scheduled drive in the AM or evening? Event schedule with dinners and parties imply morning travel. Yes.
So mid-morning racing, 10 to 3 racing, and then driving after that. So yeah. I want to do some evening racing. It just is so difficult if you're trying to get, like this year we're Tulsa to Oklahoma City and back. We may look at that for next year and just do a Friday night, Saturday night, Sunday afternoon kind of race deal.
That'd be cool.
Yep.
All right. Well, let's jump into the Driven Racing Oil stuff. We'll talk about upcoming events.
Hey, it's Brandon from Fort Smith, Arkansas here. Driven Racing Oil is a performance engine oil that can do it all. GP1 is the ultimate oil for any race or performance application. Whether launching hard at the drag strip, enduring the extreme heat of off-road and circle track, or pushing the limits in top-fueled drag boats and demo derbies, winning racers choose GP1. Compatible with engines from classic hot rods to cutting-edge race machines, GP1's unique surface cleaning and high-zine formulation ensures superior wear protection, particularly for flat tappet camshafts, while solving issues like cylinder washout with methanol and ethanol fuels. Crafted from the legendary Bradford, Pennsylvania base oil and enhanced with state-of-the-art additive packages, GP1 offers the best in protection and performance.
Yep, and definitely use that code DDR10 here, like Dustin's saying, to get 10% off of anything that you order on the Driven Racing Oil website. So if you're picking up Driven Racing Oil for the season, use that code, save you a little bit of money. All right. Well, the first thing you've got something here before that. So Cruise and Lose 2026 is, the dates have been announced for 2026. So 80 cars, August 21st through 23rd at Kearney Raceway Park. So this just came out within the last couple days. It was just posted.
Maybe Monday night, something like that.
Yeah.
And registration opens here pretty quick. Oh, you've got it on the bit here. Yep.
Yep. And then one that I didn't even get a chance to put a picture of in here because it just opened up an hour ago. East Coast Drag and Drive has opened up registration 1 hour ago. So that is available now for you guys that want to get into that. East Coast Drag and Drive. Again, registration is open for that right now. And then looking at our upcoming registrations. So we just talked about the Mother Road Mayhem. That one is available now for registration if you want to get into that. But this Saturday, we have 3 events that are opening up for registration. We have Redwood Rally, Havlic's Fastest Streetcar Shootout, and then Cruise and Lose for the veterans open up on Saturday and the newcomers on Sunday. So it's going to be a busy weekend for events. So make sure if those events are on your schedule, make sure you're ready this weekend on Saturday to register for those. And then the following weekend, we have Pistons in the Pines, which is opening up on March 15th. So tons of events still with registration upcoming. So if you haven't gotten into an event this year, man, there's still some bangers coming.
Mm-hmm.
So just wanted to throw a couple photos in here just to get people hyped up. Redwood Rally. I mean, look at the scenery in the back of that photo. How cool is that?
Yeah, I'm in.
So that one's going to be awesome. Obviously, they have some of the coolest trophies in all of Drag and Drive. Like those pine trees are so awesome. So definitely opportunity to grab one of those at Redwood Rally. And then you've got, again, Havlic's Fastest Streetcar Shootout coming at 8 a.m. on Saturday. So this is for anybody that wants to get in, again, Saturday morning. And I mean, look at the cars that this event brings out. I mean, it is wild. From going the last few years, this is truly one of my favorite events. Just the type of cars that bring out are cars that have been sitting for years, that are old Pro Street cars and old bracket cars that people are bringing out that have been sitting for 20 years. It's so cool to see these guys come out. And they did bring out a new class for this year. It is a 950 index, which we haven't seen really a 950 index in any other event. So this is going to be really cool as well.
Yeah, I'm excited about this one. I think this is going to open up a new era of fast streetcar stuff. And we always talked about the fast car only event. I mean, this is turning into that.
Yep, 100%. And then so moving into our March events, the first event kicking off in March is the Road Trip Drag Challenge #1, which is March 27th through 29th at Warwick Dragway. That is only 23 days away. So we talked about that lull of events from Sick Week. We are 23 days away from our next event. So we will get that itch for some Drag and Drive news of events coming up real soon here, 23 days.
Man, so close.
Yep. And then that moves us into, well, I threw these in here just because they have some really unique cars, that is, at the Road Trip Drag Challenge. So I wanted to showcase some of the cars that you'll see at an event like that, because it's not like anything that we see at the events we have here. So these were a couple I grabbed off of their Facebook group page, and man, really, really cool. Seeing these kind of cars makes me want to go to one of their events.
So bad. Me and you, we need to just make that trip.
Yeah. And then moving on to our April events. So April, we've got a few events coming up. We've got Streetcar Bragging Rights, which is not really a drag and drive event. However, there's always tons of race car friends, drag and drive racers that are in this. So we do still highlight it April 15th through 18th at Rockingham Dragway. That is 42 days away. So coming up real soon, and April is full of events. So then the Redwood Rally Chaos Cruise is coming up April 18th and 19th. Again, meeting at the Players Pizza and then heading over to Samoa Drag Strip. That one is 45 days away. I think I got some pictures of these in here too. So streetcar bragging rights. I grabbed a couple of these photos. Obviously, these are some names that we know. John Mankia signed up for Little Gangstas. Jimmy Reinhart, Tommy Hoskinson, and Cameron McCucci. Obviously, all racers that have been in drag and drive events in the past. So this is just highlighting a couple of those that we talked about. And then the Chaos Cruise. I mean, look at that picture on the left there. Like, can you imagine how cool that is with the, the water line right there? That's pretty awesome. And then even the picture on the right, like looking at the scenery on this one, like Redwood Rally has some tracks for sure.
Yeah, I'm all over it, man. My daughter and I were talking about it last night at dinner, actually.
Yep. And then we go into, after that, we've got the Mother Road Mayhem, which is April 19th. That is at Tulsa Raceway Park, which is only 46 days away. So again, another one that is coming up very, very quick. And then Carolina Drag Cruise. This one is April 22nd through 26th at Shadyside Dragway. Again, 49 days away. So in the next 2 months, we have some events that are going to be hitting.
Oh, dude, I love Larry West's car. That thing is so nice.
Yeah. And then finally, to round out April 30th through May 3rd is the Circuit 2026. Again, Tulsa Raceway Park. We are 57 days away from the Circuit 2026. How does that make you feel?
Stressed, man. Stressed. Very stressed.
Yeah. So obviously, we had to grab a couple photos from that event. Obviously, we have a ton of fun at the circuit. So if you are going to be there, you are going to have a good time. I promise you that.
Yeah. 100%. It's not going to be any cooler than this year. We're going to a whole different level with stuff. The 40-mile-an-hour go-karts are going to be awesome. The route stops we have planned are awesome. It's going to be a great year for sure.
Yeah, absolutely. So that leaves us, like you said, with 50 events so far on the 2026 schedule. And you guys all just seen that interactive map. Again, you can find that at dragdriverepeat.com/event list-2026. And the link for that is in the chat right now.
Yeah, man. I've got to get a better process figured out, but there's so much info that you've got to put in there, like the track's address. You've got to get all the photos. You got to do all the stuff so it looks right. I like it. I hope people are using it. I hope it is helpful. What I really hope the interactive map helps with is as people jump into, find our site, that they're looking for event lists and where they're at. If someone didn't know what Thunder Valley Raceway Park was, or, trying to think of some of the other names that aren't necessarily like, Tulsa Raceway Park's pretty easy to know where that one's at, but
George Rays,
you have no idea where that's at. So you would see it pop up there and go, oh, hey, that's pretty close to me. So we have some plans for the map. I think there's some other pieces that we can do that will help bring out some more spectators and more fans and more racers.
Yeah, absolutely. So again, appreciate Driven Racing Oil for being a part of this. That is the event updates. And again, code DDR10, get yourself a 10% discount on the Driven Racing Oil website.
For sure. All right, dude, let's work into some JWire solution stuff here. I'll play the video and then we'll get into it.
What's up, guys? My name is Cole from Fort Worth, Texas. Expert car and marine wiring solutions that you can trust. JWire Solutions can wire and plumb your hot rod, your race car, hell, even your drag and drive car. Plus, they offer products to make your driving experience way better, like their blinker module that is just a must for all drag and drive cars. This module will allow your rear turn signals to continue to function while the brake pedal is applied, just like stock. Find all the details at jwiresolutions.com.
Absolutely.
Robert Lamperic here says the circuit question: small tire rules ? 17-inch wheel exclusion. No idea. Gonna have to look into that. 4-wheel drive for the tailgate class. Bring it on. Same rules for 4-wheel drive. 17-inch exclusion. I don't know. I would think we probably would allow a 17-inch tire on that stuff, but I will definitely take a look. I'm making those notes now in the note section that Eric can have backstage, so we can go from there and I can get those answers for you. I'll post those on the circuit page and on Drag Driver Pete as well.
Beautiful. So JWire section here, post they had just the other day I thought was really cool. It said this is what R&D looks like for our shop. from a vision to cardboard to plastic, and finally a finished product. So you can see there, this is right up my alley. This is stuff that I enjoy, is the creation of products like this. This is exactly how I started doing the trim rings, came up with an idea for my personal vehicle, did this exact same process, had a 3D printed one, had one machined, and that's where I ended up today. So this one was really cool. They said we will have a product release information coming next week, but this is going to pair great with a shock sensor from our friends at Low Dollar Motorsports. So kind of give you a little bit of hint of what this is going to be. But I like this. Again, I like the design aspect. I like the rapid prototype with 3D printing, what it gets you. And yeah, I saw this and I really enjoyed this part.
Yeah, this is right up your alley. Me, I'm like bending and cutting shit just right from the gate. You know what I mean? I have no idea what to do. So I'm like, yeah, bring me that piece. And then I ruined 3 of them and finally ended up with one. So this was probably faster in the long run.
Yeah, absolutely.
How fun.
And then we move into some Detroit Autorama update. This was really cool. They did a top 3 for a drag and drive category, which was really cool. So first place there was Nick Cryer, obviously the beautiful 33 Ford Coupe. Second place was the Deal Brothers, the 01 Mustang. Obviously, we all know that one. Beautiful car, freshly rebuilt. And then third place, Joanna Reed in the 2018 Ford Mustang. So super cool to see all of those guys and girls end up with a trophy for going out there to Detroit Autorama. Super cool.
Yeah, for being in a car show, which, I mean, those cars are nice enough to be in car shows.
Yes. All 3 of those are very nice cars.
Yeah, we just do prefer them on the street. So,
right.
Now that they're cleaned up, let's get them dirty.
Yep. Awesome. So very cool there. And I don't know if you saw this one. This one was some big news over, I think it came over the weekend. SNW Performance is closing. So Drag Illustrated had a post here. It said, after 67 years in drag racing, SNW Performance Group has officially announced it's closing its doors. Since 1959, SNW has been a staple in chassis, roll cages, and suspension components across grassroots racing. Months of order delays, internal struggles, employee departures, and financial strain ultimately led to the difficult decision, which, to be honest, those are the same struggles we see in every industry right now. It's just kind of crazy. So the company says all pending orders are still being worked and refunds are being processed. A final inventory sale at approximately 40% off is coming soon. So I thought this was wild, and I grabbed a couple pictures. And when you and I were at Midwest Drags back in 2023, this was one of our route stops.
Yeah, and dude, we pulled in at like 5:05. Like I rode with Polly Castiglione, and we pull in. It's like, I'm telling you, 5:05, and it was locked up tight.
Yeah, they were walking out. They
blew my mind.
Yeah, so, they weren't having us.
Yeah, this has been it's been an ongoing deal, man. They've really been taking some big time hits, being quiet for months at a time with customers, and then not shipping stuff, not refunding money. So there's been a lot of people saying, man, they've got some deals right now, but be very cautious. If you can't drive over there and pick it up, do not order stuff from here, because man, who knows if you're going to get it.
Yeah.
But for a long time, this is one of the reasons people are so scared of private equity, is because of this right here. It's like they see this happen all the time. And when you pour in a bunch of money or pay a bunch of money for a business, you need it to make money. And I don't think they had the processes down. But some of the people that were here actually went and started another building, like doing the same stuff they did here over there. So we'll let people find their own names or their own name and all that kind of stuff. Buckeye Skips here says they are a great bunch of guys at S&W. Again, I don't know. Never ordered anything from them. Everybody always says the parts were great, but now it's a struggle to get those. So, makes it always tough.
Yep. Absolutely. And the last piece here under the JWire section is Rick Beam had an update on his S10. This was kind of cool. Said went all out on brakes and safety, or for safety and weight loss. So this was kind of cool. He said, my kid is going to drive this, and light equals less horsepower and abuse to hit our targets. So the truck lost around 200 pounds over the winter, which will help us get into the 8s. So pretty cool there. Still have the last pass 905 hanging over my head, and it was far from a clean pass. And now I see my throttle body was only opening at 87%. So after I read this post and grabbed a couple photos here to use on the show to just show some of the updates, I went back and looked, and at 6 Summer, Rick was in the Pro DYO class with a 9.987 average. So with that, he's talking about getting into the 8s. I know he said he had a pass of 905, but that seems like a pretty big jump.
That's a big swing, man. I love it. Yeah, 200 pounds and more power. Come on.
Yeah.
That's what it's about. And dude, there's no telling what that last 13% of throttle was worth.
Right. Exactly.
Well, one thing you don't have here that we have that I don't know if anybody else has seen, but Grid Life, the drifting and kind of event thing, has sold to a private equity firm. But again, it's kind of like the BTR sell to private equity. Sounds like it's a bunch of car guys. So I don't know. We're going to see what happens on that as well. We're watching that too.
Yep.
So kind of interesting.
Yep, for sure.
Dustin Carlington here says 8s. I almost want to be a fast boy, but man. And then Bob Gruber in here saying hi to Raj and Rich, who will be on here momentarily. Actually, we're going to start bringing folks on here any moment.
Yep. So that wraps up our JWire segment. So again, appreciate JWire and everything that they do over there. Obviously, they've got the what do they call it for the LS water pumps, so you don't have to run the little reroute.
Heater block off.
Yep, the heater block off. So that's a cool product. Obviously, they've got the tray to hold your tools for the Holley high ram intake. So a bunch of cool products over there. Again, hit those guys up and see what they can do for you.
Perfect. All right. Well, dude, let's do it. Let's hear from Scott Klontz over at Molly, and then we'll start bringing in the Canadian Invasion.
Looking for a forged piston kit for your vehicle? You need Molly Motorsport Power Pack. What is Power Pack? It's the ultimate forged piston kit that comes complete with pistons, performance file fit rings, hot string steel pins, and clips, all engineered to work together, so all you have to do is build something great. Find your Power Pack at mollymotorsport.com.
Man, he does a better job of that than I did. All right, so let me explain to what this is going to be like tonight. The Canadian Invasion is a bit wild. So we have literally like 8 or 9 people backstage right now. We're going to work through this. We're going to bring basically everybody on during this segment, during the Molly segment. We're going to bring everybody on, let them introduce themselves, tell where they're from. I think that'll be kind of interesting. And then also kind of what car they've built, what they have brought, out most recently, and some questions like that. Then we're going to move into basically talking about sick week stories, what they did right, what they did wrong, how that went. One of the biggest things I want to talk about with this group of people is the travel required for them to come to the States to do these kind of events. Then we're going to talk about, basically why drag and drive, what they like most, because that's what we do here. We love drag and drive. I don't hear other people's stories. And then I want to find out what us Americans take for granted. Now, the guys were joking in the group chat. They were like, hey, this could be an hour-long conversation at the end. So I can't wait to get into that. So again, get comfortable, get your spot, sit down, get ready for a good night, ask questions in the chat. I mean, we have a plethora of people back here that have done many, many drag and drive events, both in Canada and here in the US. So I think this is going to be kind of fun. So my plan is to bring them on individually and just continue to add to the list. So there's going to be at one point 8 or 9 people on the screen at one time. So maybe best if you just listen. All right. What's Dustin saying here? We did okay in DYO, U versus U class last year. Ran SME at Hot Rod Drag Week. Yep. All right. Well, I think first up, let's bring in Sheldon and Isiah slash the shop. Come on in here, dude. You're laughing like you knew you were coming on first.
I'm laughing at all the names this guy gave me.
Yeah, it's awesome, man. We got to run through them all. So you're no longer witness protection. you're out in the open, so you're on live with everybody. But tell us who you guys are, and we're not going to ask everybody about their trip to Sick Week in this first spot, but we definitely got to ask you guys to kick it off and kind of tell us what's up.
Sure. Yeah. So I'm Brett. I have a small YouTube channel up here in Canada called The Shop, and we just build cars on the side and just like to have fun. Pretty simple.
I'm Sheldon Root. We started a YouTube channel called the Canadian Acadian. That's what the nickname of the car is. It's a 1962 Acadian. Built it myself. And here we are.
Yeah, and you guys had a fast first part of the Sick Week, but then it didn't maybe end as well.
Yeah, we went fast.
It ended just as quick as it started. I mean,
yeah, we went 650. We thought it was, not aggressive, but the engine had other plans, and we came home with our tail between our legs, and we're going to have to fix it.
Ouch. That's tough. Yeah, you guys were talking earlier before the show started kind of what the next plans are for the car. So we're going to talk about that later. But I'm glad you guys are on here tonight. This is going to be fun. And you're the only people that are next to each other. Everybody else is singles. So this could be kind of a blast. So next up here, going to bring in Steve Groeninck, which everybody will recognize from it's a Celica, right? Not an RX-7 or Opel like I kept calling it.
Well, if you're in the rest of the world outside of the Freedom area, it's called a Celica.
Celica?
But yeah,
I don't know. That doesn't spell right to me.
Yeah, so it was a 73 Toyota Celica with a 388 aluminum LS and a Glide. We were at Sick Week in 23 with it and went 7.0 at 198. And then I had a rod failure this summer, which ended the car. And now I'm building a 66 Mustang coupe.
Awesome.
Stick shifted drag and drive stuff and cruising.
Stick shift drag and drive. So Rich has rubbed off on you. Wait, that sounds bad.
Actually, I had originally bought a T56 Magnum. I had one of the very, very first ones back in like 2010, 2011 when they first came out. But then I wanted to go fast.
Yeah. Loaded the purse up. There in the passenger seat. I'm with you. Let go of the button. I'm with you, dude. Believe me, I can't drive fast anything, so it doesn't matter on my side. Next up, the man, the myth, the legend. This is probably one of the most notable Canadians out there. Mr. Rovic, Mr. Raj Virahuja down here, the burnout king of all of drag and drive. If you see Raj and he's not doing a burnout, probably because he's trying to keep lettuce on the taco. So,
no lettuce. Hey, this isn't Blasco stuff. Cilantro.
Yeah. Hey, sorry, I'm used to Taco Bell tacos here in the States. Not that good.
No, the States has great tacos, but no Taco Bell, man.
Raj drives a Olds 442. That's one of the coolest cars that's out there, man. I'll tell you, it's loved by many.
Thanks. Yeah, it's a pretty sweet car.
Yeah, I want to talk about the history of it here in just a little bit, but tell us how fast you went at Sick Week.
The best was an 878, 152. Not on that pass. It was another pass that did 152. So the car's got a lot more in it. So it's getting there.
Man, that's awesome, dude. You've gone from, I remember that car you were hunting for 10 O's in that car last year, right? Or maybe year before?
No, 2 years ago. It started off at 1080, 4 years ago. And every drag and drive, it's got better. Its average has always got better. And it's always stepped up. But this last one, I jumped more than half a second since last year, since Smokies.
So way more power, way more nitrous, and better suspension pieces or something. You did something else too, right?
Yeah, a little bit. It's not better. I just braced up the diff because I'm still running a stock 12 bolt from like 1967, 66, so I put a little bracing on there because I tweaked a little bit of the axle. We saw that. My buddy JP fixed that, and then we braced it up. Well, he didn't. Another Advanced Chassis shop did it for me on the way to PRI. And then we didn't really change the power level yet. We just upgraded the system to be more efficient. So I got a whole bunch of Fast, all their Russell fuel lines. They got these new badass solenoids at Fast. So I got a hold of those and all their jetting and stuff. And that actually is what made the difference It's the same jetting as Six Smokies, and I went half a second faster.
Holy crap, dude, that's awesome.
Yeah.
Wow. Cool. All right. Well, let's keep rolling because I basically, you guys all have stories that will, like I said earlier, grow. So let's bring in another stick shift master here, Mr. Rich Guido, probably known best for the GTO, probably known best for driving your stuff everywhere. You've kind of created a movement, man. More people are putting more miles on their car because of you.
And they should. These 10-second cars that trailer to events, like, come on. Like, what are we doing?
Yeah. Because here's the thing: like a car like that's probably getting about the same mileage your tow truck does. Like
usually it's way less tires to blow too. All these trailer tires that blow on the way home, I just kind of giggle. But
well, tell us a little bit about the GTO.
Yeah, it's a 65 GTO on sick week. I just turned 200,000 miles since I restored it. It's been 828 at 174, but it's only got an 850 cage. So, streetcar bragging rights, the cage rules might be a little different. So we'll see just how fast we can get it to go. And most importantly, see if I could drive it back home afterwards. But it's Pontiac powered 525 with currently a 94 millimeter turbo that might stop and get modified on the way to streetcar bragging rights to see. Might get a little upgrade. We'll see.
Nice. Man, that's awesome. 200,000 miles is a lot no matter what car it's in. But to do it in that car is pretty damn cool. Pretty damn cool.
Yeah, it was lots of fun. And we were three deep going down there too. So it had a back seat, full interior, and heat. So the heat was key for sure.
Right, that's not the first time you've done that. You've given rides to like Kyle Williams, Blaine Stark rode with you guys one time. I mean, like, dude, it's amazing what you're doing with that thing.
Oh yeah, Robert, I do still have your pry bar. It'll be in my car, so when we're in the same event, you can have it back.
That's awesome. Yeah, that pry bar has been across the country.
It has. Yeah, it's got lots of miles on it.
Yeah, Jeremy Ortiz saying streetcar bragging rights going to be full of streetcars. Can't wait. Yeah, I'm very, very disappointed that I'm not going to be at streetcar bragging rights. It has. That's been one that's eluded me so far, and it was on my schedule, but we had to move back to Mother Road Mayhem 1 week, and it stacked them up, sadly. Oh, Brian Ekstrom saying that Raj signed his tacos. Man, that's what I got to have next.
His tacos and burnout shirt.
Yeah. Oh, dang it. I won't even sign my tacos.
All right.
I can do that if you want there, Mike. Yeah.
Yeah, perfect. I'm in, dude. Bob Gruber in here taking notes about stick shift stuff, another stick shift 850 racer. And I do want to point out that Rich Guido actually made the quickest pass in an 850 class, street race 275.
Yeah.
Sick week. His first time in that class makes the best pass of the class. So stick shift to the front there. All right.
Yeah.
Next, we're going to bring in the quickest GTR in all of Drag and Drive anywhere in the world. Doesn't matter. Mr. Trevor Branden on here was on last week. Got to hear some great stories from you. But, dude, you can't have the Canadian invasion without 7,100 mile round trip. Mr. Trevor Branden on here in the GTR, who left the car in Atlanta and is going to cruise back with Raj and Rich.
Yeah, that's the plan, is fly down with the wife, and then I don't know how she's going to handle driving back, especially chasing Rich and Rovic, because they go pretty fast, and it's going to be really loud with a high revving motor of mine.
Yeah. Hey, one thing we did ask last week was how much power does that car make?
It made 1811 at the rear wheels on Sissio's dyno.
That's insane. That is insane. I can't imagine 1,800 horsepower all-wheel drive launch. That's pretty impressive. And then let's bring on Mr. Ramsey. He is co-pilot extraordinaire, was down. I got to sleep in the same hotel room with him. He said not in the same bed. He's not. no cuddles over here from Mike Narks, but that's okay. Maybe next time we got to get to know each other. That rockin' beard is awesome. But Ramsey's done a ton of events. We met actually the first time on 666, so he's definitely come down to the States some to do this stuff. So tell us what's up, man.
Yeah, you bet. So I started PFD Performance YouTube channel, and we did a 2011 CTSV wagon, kind of our first drag and drive car. Maybe approached it a little bit differently and completely custom painted it. Didn't help us go any faster, but we looked cool doing it. So we started up here in Canada with Miles of Mayhem. And then, I think what really solidified the drag and drive stuff for me was Death Week. How could you not after going to that one? So got to meet so many of these guys doing that. And now we got some other plans. 72 Opel with a big block and a supercharger that's trying to just keep up with these guys.
Yeah. So as we add people, we need to keep you and Steve kind of close to each other. Small cars, big motors, man. That's the way it's supposed to work. Right?
Yeah. Must be
like
something
the
up in the water.
here with all the...
Somehow his Opel had a big block in it, and I don't know how that thing fit because it's the same size as the Celica.
Yeah. I don't know. It's more. It's over my pay grade. I'll tell you that much. I can't imagine trying to fit that thing in there. We got two more folks to add on. Let's add on Mr. Shaun. What no way on here to tell fun stories, dude. I'm heartbroken, bro. Heartbroken. We didn't see an 8 while you were in Florida.
Yeah, I was trying.
Oh man, that's so tough. We needed Matt down there to I don't know, tickle the keys or something. A little more.
We had some issues that once you throw a bunch of boost at an engine, it finds every oil leak, every place an oil can come out. So we shut down because we were leaking oil into the catch pan. And I went and told Wade, I'm like, yeah, we're done for the day. I'm leaking oil. And he's like, well, I appreciate that. Most YouTubers just go and oil the whole track down. So he was very happy that we shut it down, I guess.
Yeah, that's awesome. Well, you end up running a 9.0, was it 5 or 8 during the week?
907 at 149.
God, dude, that's awesome. A 4-door Chevelle. Like that car gives me hope for fun 4-door burnout, man.
It far surpassed what we were hoping for, like 980s, and we ran that on test day. And Matt looked at me, he's like, it's got way more. And so we were told kind of where we should be with it from Blueprint, and we kind of just threw what they told us out the window and took the engine a lot further, and it survived. It's still running great. So yeah,
that's awesome. And what cubic inch is it?
It's a 540.
540. Yeah, that's what I thought. All right, we got one more person to add on here, and then we're going to start with stories, I promise. Mr. Kyle Fredrickson, dude, I don't know stuff about you like I know about everybody else. So I apologize, man. I can't give you like a big crazy intro, so you're gonna have to do it yourself.
Yeah, no problem. I'm pretty new to this whole thing. We've done 2 drag and drives so far in my 1985 square body sitting behind me. It's a fully stock truck, not painted or anything. I pulled it out of the weeds. I traded an excavator bucket for it. And we completely gutted it. It's got a 406 small block Chevy in it. NA for now. It runs 11 O's, which weighs 3850.
That's impressive, dude.
Yeah, no, we built it. I saw everybody doing these drag and drives, and I was like, oh man, that's cool. and so I signed up for 666. Without a vehicle. So when we signed up, I didn't have a vehicle for it. So we were forced into the nearest farmer who had a pickup that was a short box. I've always liked trucks, so I wanted to do a truck. And so we got it done in about 4 months.
Wow, that's awesome. What trans setup is in it?
It had a turbo 350 in it, and I'm currently just putting a 400 with a gear vendor. So that hopefully we can drive down, because I'm from Vancouver Island, British Columbia, so about as far away from most drag and drives as you can get.
Wow, that's Let's do that real quick because that would be fun to know where everybody's from. I should have created a map and dropped some dots on it, but
Kyle wins.
I don't think so. Go further north.
Yeah, he's further. He's further.
Yeah. Raj wins.
Man, that's crazy.
But he's the most west. He's like on the ocean on the west side. So.
Yeah, we're literally on the ocean.
Ocean, then an island, then ocean.
Yeah.
Man, that's wild. So where's everybody else from? Anybody at least close to the States?
I'm an hour
next to
north.
Alaska. Yeah, I'm an hour east.
An hour east of Alaska. Yeah.
It's the wrong state.
Well, Alaska is not the
hours
state.
north.
Alaska is Alaska. It's not the lower 48. They don't consider them as part of the United States. The Alaskans don't.
I don't blame them. It's very far through. They might as well be Canadians.
No, we'd rather be Alaskans.
Dan Nissen in here says, "You're going to tell us how to say. How do you say EH?
Hey.
How do you say that?
Hey. How's it going, eh?
Take off, you hoser.
That's
and
awesome.
Shout out to Mongrels, another Canadian. He helped with the Volvo build when we did that down in Arkansas.
Yeah, man, a lot of Canadian hot rods, dude.
Yes.
So, for you guys and the folks that are watching, what's the normal mileage you put on your car to come down to an event here in the States?
I trailer mine.
Well, I know. I mean, but even that,
I'm not a psycho like Rich.
Yeah, driving enough at the event, right?
Yeah, that's right. I think we were like 2,800 miles, somewhere around there to get. Yeah, one way.
Yeah, and I think the 66 and Smokies was about 2,500 to 2,600 for us.
Man, that's crazy.
It's 26 for us to get down this week. Sorry, Rich.
I'm excited when it's only 2,000 miles. That's a close
Oh,
one.
really?
Yeah.
That's
Sick
one
week
way.
was one way. Yeah, 3,000 for sick week. Streetcar bragging rights will be 25, 27, somewhere in there. You just count it by days usually. How many days does it take to get there? That's the easiest way.
Big Sky. Short
Right.
ship.
Yeah, Big Sky will be short for you guys. It'll only be like 1,000. That'll feel weird.
Yeah, it's like 8 hours.
Yeah, I'm excited. That one's on my list for this year. I've never been to any, that part of the country at all, and I'm kind of excited to go up there and see some, big. I've been to Denver, but big mountain, big sky stuff up there would be pretty cool.
If the weather's great, the scenery is just gorgeous down there.
Yeah, it's a wicked event.
That's awesome.
How many
All right.
laps did you do that first year?
16.
16?
That might explain why my dip is angry.
Weren't you the same car down the track like multiple times in a row?
Yeah, I think so. I was just trying to keep everyone entertained.
Keep the track hot.
Yeah. All to try and get within 1,000. Yeah, it totally made sense.
Yeah.
Man, that's tough. Okay, so that kind of tells everybody who is here, a little bit about them and all that kind of stuff. I want to jump into the question side of stuff as we move here. I want to know why you built the car you built. So if we can run through this list while I turn the heat off in this room, because I think it's like 80 degrees in here and this hoodie is killing me. So talk amongst yourself, tell those stories, and I'll be right back.
Well, let's start at the top there. We'll start with Sheldon and Isiah.
I don't really know why I bought this particular car. I had a chassis guy, older guy named Bob Forsley, and he told me way back in the day to either build an F-body or a Chevy 2. So one day I came across this car. It was sitting in the bush for $300. It was an Acadian, and I said, hey, why not? So I bought it. That was about 30 years ago, and just started working on it about 2008 is when I started working on it. Did the chassis myself in my garage. do all the, fab work, all the wiring, tuning. One thing I haven't done in the car is paint it. So everything else I've done, and I'll probably die with the car. So it is what it is. I'm not going to change it. I'm just going to try to keep making it faster and try to keep it alive.
Awesome.
Awesome. So I got a 66 Canso, and it's an Acadian as well. It's been in the family for over 20 years. My uncle had it, sat in his yard, and another gentleman I know, he started posting it on Facebook saying this was going to be his next quick flip, and he was going to buy the car and flip it. And I said, absolutely not. Went to my uncle's house with cash, bought the car, and it took me 10 years to drive it for the first time. And I started off doing Miles of Man, which is our Canadian drag and drive, and took the car to Sick Week last year, and then I joined Sheldon this year. So,
yeah, that's awesome. All right, Steve.
I used to be an import guy, rear-wheel drive Toyota Corollas and stuff like that, and did a lot of autocross, Solo 2, road race stuff, and kind of the drag racing, and found this 73 Toyota Celica sitting in a farmer's field that had been parked there for 27 years. It was parked in 1984, and I found it in like 2009 or whatever. So 23 years. I don't know what the math was, but it was over like 27 years if I remember what the actual math was. And I built it as a pro touring, so it was like a twin turbo 4-liter Lexus motor, T56 Magnum. I had started drag racing it and drove it to the track, raced it, went 10-1 at 149 for a 10-1. So it's like that was pretty fun. And they ended up with broke the rear end at the 8th mile and stuffed it in the wall. It in 0.3 of a second, it went from 115 mile an hour to stopped. And so I rebuilt it into a 25.2 chassis, turbo LS, power glide, 9-inch, everything. Did it all in my garage. I've always done everything except paint. Sometimes I do paint, but built it all myself. And then this summer I had a connecting rod let go on the 3rd pass with a new set of rods, and the car's no longer. So building a 66 Mustang Coupe as a Resto Mod Pro Touring and drag and drive car.
Wow. That'll be cool too.
Should be fun.
All right, Raj.
2010 GTR. I've had it 15 years. Traveled all over, did a lot of road racing and rallies. Changed it over to drag racing back in 2016. And now it's just fully drag and drive specialty car. That's what I'm
Awesome. We'll go with Rich next.
Yeah, I didn't have any good advice, so I didn't build a light car, which would have been way smarter. But I had a 69 Firebird convertible that was going too fast for a convertible. And then my brother found a couple of GTOs, and I knew I wanted a stick car because I didn't want to have to carry a purse. And sorry about that. It was red, red interior, black exterior, and had a big trunk. I knew I wanted to do drag and drives, so this one fit the bill good. I mean, it was a total disaster when I got it, but it turned into what it is today. So,
well, it's pretty awesome today. So, all right, Raj.
Well, Oldsmobiles, I've had tons of them. Started out with 72s and worked my way down to 68s. And then I found my first 67, not the one I'm drag and driving. My one, I still have it to today. It's maroon. It's pretty sweet. And I knew about drag and drive, just never got to it. And then I don't know what's going on there. And you just want to take over, eh? But
your stuff there. Apologize. Working my way back.
And anyways, ended up wanting to do this drag and drive, and my maroon car wasn't gonna pass tech in the States where I was running it in Canada. They kind of turned a blind eye, getting into faster than 1140s, 11 O's, and so I knew I wanted to go quicker. So just by dumb chance, I came across the current 67, which would have been my like fourth one or something like that. I got 4 or 5 of them. And right off the bat, I wanted to build it for drag and drive. So get a cage or roll bar first and better, make sure the suspension's good, body bushings, all that stuff. And found it in West Virginia. I actually bought 2 cars. That was a deal. One was a parts car and that car. So I hauled them back to Canada and then started building it. And then COVID hit. So couldn't go in 2020, signed up for drag week, couldn't cross the border. Same thing in 21, tried to win across the border, got turned around. They didn't quite like my story when they searched the car and found 2 nitrous bottles in there. They couldn't understand why it was a street car with a bunch of nitrous bottles in it. So I got turned around in 21 and then went to 22. So it's sick week. So that's where it all started. And then, the needle gets stuck in the vein pretty far and it's stuck in there now. So 16, 17 drag and drives later since 22. We just make the car go quicker and quicker. So you got to catch up to Rich here. Big A-body cars, we obviously have the same thought process because, man, these things drive like Cadillacs at 85 miles an hour. It's the best driving car around.
Yeah, Raj definitely has that. It's a direct feed line for Raj now. There's no more bumps. It's straight in.
There's maple syrup. There's drag and drive. There's tacos. Like my arms are full. So
yeah, that's awesome. Shaun, what about you, buddy?
So we picked up the 71 4-door during COVID. We were bored, had nothing to do, so we figured we'd pick up a car to work on, and we took it to its first car show, and we parked beside a guy with a big block, and I was like, nah, we can't have a 307 in it. So we put my demolition derby engine in, which is a 355, and it was roughly 500 horsepower. We thought it was great and had some fun with it, and then tore it all apart. I was going to do an LS twin turbo setup and ended up selling all that to fund my business that I was starting. And we were at SEMA, 3 years ago, and I was talking to one of my YouTube buddies and like getting some advice on how to get my page going. He's like, build a car. So we pulled the Chevelle back in and took the body off of it. I built all the frame stiffeners, everything. We notched the rear frame, boxed the frame, did a whole bunch of stuff, all new suspension, everything. Built the cage, and Sick Week last year was our first event with it, and we ran 11:13 was our best run with it at, I think it was 120 mile an hour, and we were excited about that. We were fueled out with what we were running, but it's a fun car. It's like Raj was saying, the big A bodies, they're like caddies going down the road. They're super fun. So we were hoping for high 9s, and we're at low 9s. So we kind of moved our hopes down into the 8s. And once we hit that, we'll just detune it a little bit and have some fun with it. But
yeah, I don't know if anybody can hear that, but it is thunderstorming right here where I am. Hopefully you can't. Hopefully the lights stay on in here. Kyle, tell us about your truck, man. You kind of did a little bit ago, but a little more detail this time.
Yeah, I told you guys a little bit, but unlike those guys, I chose probably the worst driving thing. It's pretty scary, anything above 80 miles an hour. But yeah, in 2024, I took it down to the frame and just built it back up. So it's basically a brand new truck minus paint. But it's got a Ford 9-inch in it. I did have a turbo 350. Now it's got a turbo 400. We're going to put a gear vendor in it. We've always been small block guys, so I had to go with the small block. It's a 406, but standard bore, just stroked. It makes 600 on the motor. I'm going to add some sort of power at it this year. I don't know what I'm going to choose yet.
The 250 shot, man, that'll do it real good.
Yeah, that's not out of the question.
And you got a big box for a bunch of. You got a box for a bunch of pistons in the back if you go nitrous. But if you go turbo,
Yeah.
you could slap a couple of them in there. Lots of room.
Except for
Yeah,
you can start torching holes and stuff in your block with those turbos. You never know.
Well, the good thing is we can pretty much fix it all. So
yeah, nitrous is very, very easy on motors.
It is, man. Look what I'm doing.
Yeah. Consistent. That man, 27 passes in a day. That shows the Bill Travato racing way right there.
Oh yeah.
Are you still Leaf Springs, Kyle?
Yeah, Leaf Springs with the Caltrack set up. It works really good actually. It goes pretty straight.
Yeah.
Yeah,
those trucks were never made to go very fast. So anything above them it's like this brick, and that huge opening in the front really enjoys kind of moving around with the air. Yeah.
You have no idea how much the hood bends when you're going 100, 120 miles an hour. It's pretty scary. But I don't know. I've got lots of things I want to do to it. Just that whole time thing gets in the way.
Yeah, and you're a young man. Just wait. You'll find out.
Yeah.
You'll be like, wait, it's already Thursday? Okay, well, real quick, let me go through and kind of halfway through this and thank our sponsors and stuff like that. And we're going to jump into some more fun stuff. I want to talk about Sick Week next. So be kind of thinking about that, you guys. All right, guys, thank you so much for being our race car friends. Hit the share button. We've got literally, we cannot fit any more people in here. We are literally at our limit of what StreamYard will let us bring in. So just know that we're about to give you the Canadian invasion. So thanks for being our race car friends. Thank you for being here. Thanks for the comments so far. And thanks to our sponsors, Summit Racing, Deechworks, Molly Motorsports, Driven Racing Oil, Howard's Cams, JWire Solutions, AFCO Racing Products, Performer Built Transmissions, and Car Change 3D. We appreciate all those guys and all the stuff they do for us. So if you're shopping, please go hit them up, try and spend some money with them, and tell them you saw their stuff here on the Drag Driver Pete channel. All right, Mr. Eric, you want to do the Deechworks ad read there, sir?
Yep. All right. So Deechworks is a leading manufacturer of high-performance fuel system components. The DW product line includes fuel injectors, fuel pumps, pump modules, fuel rails, regulators, filters, lines, fittings, and surge tanks, all engineered to support power levels ranging from 400 to 3,000 horsepower and beyond. With a focus on engineering excellence and industry-leading customer support, Deechworks continues to drive the future of high-performance fueling. And again, code DDR10 will get you a 10% discount at Deechworks.com. So if you're looking to purchase anything there, be sure to head over there and use that discount code.
Still, you decided no worries.
All right, so back to Sick Week. I think most everybody was there. Kyle, I don't think you guys made it down, did you?
No, couldn't make it down this year.
Yeah, I was just I don't remember the truck, but I didn't know if you guys were there. But most everybody here. So the first question I have for you guys is: did you go fast? And is it because it's the air was so good and it was cool down there? That's kind of my first question. So did you go fast, and was it because of the temperature, or did you just upgrade a whole bunch of stuff?
Do you want me to answer this?
Sure.
Is 220 mile an hour fast, and I'll steal all the glass?
Fast. That's pretty fast.
That's fast.
Yeah.
No, we didn't go fast because of weather. We had been working on. I mean, the weather helped, but we also had a bunch of boost still in our pocket to make it faster. But we've been working on the chassis and working on the trans and converter and all that kind of stuff, trying to make the car basically more efficient and go faster with less boost. So we did go fast. It's kind of what we were kind of expecting to go. You don't say that before you go, but we were hoping to go mid sixes, and that's what we ran. But we just needed to do it more than 2 days.
Damn it. Yeah. And then Steve, you got to hang out with you guys at were we at Ace that night?
Probably, yeah. Yeah, I think we were at Ace. Hanging out with Steph.
Repairing the steering shaft on the coupe.
Yeah, I had to weld the steering new joint back to the shaft because it had fallen out. I went down with Chris Hein in his 33 coupe, and the car's limited to 850 cage, and it's been significantly faster than that. So we were on the struggle bus a little bit, trying to slow down a fast car, and faceplated T56, when you don't have enough power against the or torque against the transmission, it likes to pop out of gear really easy. And so Chris was pulling on the shifter a little bit, and he'd end up pulling it out of gear before it would hit his shift window, which means it didn't have a timing retard to get it back into gear. So he kept blowing like third gear all the time, and we were solidly in third place anyway. So we just started running it out and then dumping the laundry at the back end because, yeah, just put more power in it and dumped it. I hit the brakes early, so yeah, it wasn't really. The weather was it was way warmer at home than it was down there. So, yeah,
it was insane. It really blew my mind. We kind of got to talk about that with Ramsey a little bit. He co-piloted with Chris Wozniak, who I guess y'all probably had the slowest car that was there out of this grouping of people.
I would say pretty comfortably.
Yeah. Yeah, every time I saw you guys, you were having a good time, though. That's what matters, right?
Hey, that's absolutely what matters. And yeah, we ended up kind of getting a little bit competitive in the dial your own class there, and went into we went into the end of day 3 with only a 1,000 spread, and then yeah, just trying to help Chris dial it in and keep hitting his number. But unfortunately, we couldn't quite get all the way there. But helped him get a second place, and yeah, it was 11:30s. 11:35 was kind of his number he was trying to hit, but yeah, we had a good time doing it.
Yeah, ended up running a PB for him. So I mean, you guys went fast too. Went fast for
I think he hit an 11:28, which was his kind of fastest pass ever in that car. So he was super excited about that.
Yeah, and he's another guy that does it the hard way, naturally aspirated. So, hopefully one day we can talk him into a little bit of nitrous, dude. Just like Raj, what kind of nitrous
is working on him for a long time.
I'm nothing. A 150 shot, it'd be easy. We wouldn't have to do much. Yeah. Just open the bottle, it'll do it.
It'll take care of itself. It'll take.
Yeah. He's watching, I'm sure. Chris, we'll just set you up. Don't worry. It's easy.
Yeah. Right. Mr. Trevor Branden, dude, you went real fast all week.
Yeah, I ran PBs pretty much 2 of the 4 days that I got to run. I didn't get to run that one day because it was too much of a crosswind. The car was actually turned down from what it could have ran. It's set up to run 750s, but I've never been in the 7s, so running 770s is a big jump for me, and a lot happens at that speed. I ran a 760 the one day, so, and 181 to 183 mile an hour. So I'm hoping to go a couple tenths faster at bragging rights at least. So that's my plan.
Awesome. Yeah, I think leaving the car there and then you guys driving back will turn out as really it's going to be such a fun adventure.
The adventure is going to be the drive home for sure.
Yeah, you and Aaron tied up in the car. She'll be like, "Get me out of here."
Especially driving with Rich and Rovic. I got that experience on Death Week, and even in the V wagon, it was moving.
Dude, what are you even talking about? I had to back off, and I was in a regular F-150 truck. You and Chris Wozniak and Raj were just cruising, man. I'm like, I'm not comfortable towing this trailer that fast.
We've all been indoctrinated.
Yeah, you guys weren't scared at all. It was awesome. Rich went real fast, and again, just to say it, I mean, dude, Street Race 275 goes the quickest pass of the week in the class in a stick shift car in a class he has never raced in. So, pretty impressive week, sir.
Yeah, I obviously there's some tools that I need to get familiar with that will help me dial the car into exactly that. But I was pretty happy with an 856 average. But when you ask about the air, I don't know if you know, my car is a bit of a brick. In fact, some of my best mile an hour was in Colorado because the air is thinner and my car just slices right through the thin air. But now that I'm like pushing the car a bit, the dense air will definitely help with streetcar bragging rights. And especially with a little bit more turbo in it, like I said, I'm hoping that it'll be good air there. And I would love to drive it down there around a 799 with a 9 and not an 80 with no, and drive it home. That would be I'd be pretty happy with that at 4,000 pounds. So we'll see.
Wow. Yeah, that'd be awesome. Raj?
Yeah, well, pretty much right from driving it into Florida, from the 2 test days that we had, every pass the car went faster. I was like pretty surprised because, like I said, the jump, like the car had been 920s, but like a 945 was about like where it would live last year, all of last year. Couldn't get it quicker, like only that one time in not streetcar bragging rights, US Street Nationals. So to go from a 940 to an 890 and then an 880 and then an 870, like every day it went quicker. Couldn't really hot lap the car because nobody told me, and I'm still upset about this, that when you go 8 seconds, so Kyle, like, listen to this and everybody else, you keep breaking things every other pass. You can't do 2 passes in a row. So I didn't make 2 passes in a row for 9 days. I broke something pretty violently every second pass, but fixed it and kept going quicker. So you do go faster. I never went backwards, but it's brutal, man. And the error had nothing to do with it. It's just power. Power keeps breaking things. So you
break less things if it's lighter.
Well, I'm lighter than Rich. I'm like 3,800 pounds, so I thought I'd be better. But so, like, even last year, like, he broke a U-joint at Smokies, I broke a U-joint at Smokies, and this year, like, I did a drive shaft. He did I think he did a drive shaft too. He did a U-joint and a drive shaft. Yeah, like, dude, we just keep. It must be a weight thing, I guess.
Well, and then you just flat spot your tires together.
Yeah, there's that one too. Well, so I've upgraded now. Now I got 4-wheel disc brakes. That kind of helps, and a parachute. That's nice. But yeah, every pass went quicker. The motor's running great. So I got to catch up to Rich and the 850 guys, Steinke, and there's a whole bunch. Brian Acton, all those guys. Man, oh man, that's what I've been shooting for years. They're so good at it, and I want to go play their game with a carbureted nitrous car. So, yeah,
you would be one of maybe the only one to do that class with a nitrous setup.
Yeah, well,
at that level, anyways, in the last several years.
I just got to do baby steps. I took a little bit too big of a jump the last day. The car went quicker, but I broke converter bolts, came out. What do we do? Drive shaft, converter bolts,
spark plugs.
Spark plug melted, a couple of plugs in the head. So I left the plug. I couldn't get a plug out, so I just left it in there and drove on it for 2 days. The fuel mileage went down a little. The oil consumption went up. But it's all good now. Fix that right away. So
what is fuel mileage at 87 miles an hour in a 3,800?
It's better than towing it in a truck. So if I put it in my truck and trailer, that's 10 miles a gallon. With the car, it's 10.5. But and it's cheaper to buy gasoline than diesel. So my plan is to put a 250 rear gear in it for the long drives. I'm trying to catch up to Rich on fuel mileage. That's my goal. I got to start getting 15 miles per gallon at this speed. So with a carburetor, screw this fuel injection thing.
Man, the double overdrive helps Rich a little bit.
Yeah, well, I'm going to figure it out. I'll get a 250 rear gear and I'll be good enough.
Yeah. So will you swap gears then? Or are you going to,
Yeah. When I get one of those dang 9 inches like all the other cool kids got, I'll just change the center section for the long drive, not for during the event, during a drag and drive, just to get down there. Because like this year, I don't know if I'll have it. I'm driving the car back up to Whitehorse basically went from Florida to Tennessee, and then it'll go from Tennessee to Whitehorse, and then come back down again for Big Sky. So awesome. Yeah, there'll be lots of miles on it.
Yeah. Raj has won the Road King Award several times. I think twice now that we've done the Drag and Drive Awards at PRI. What would you put on last year? 16,000 miles on the car, something like that.
Yeah, that was a light year because I think the first year was like close to 30, but 16, 16.6. Yeah,
it's wild, man. Shaun, I mean, what question were we asking here? Sorry, I don't even remember now.
About how fast.
Yeah, how fast you went in sick week.
Yeah, so we went 907 at 149, which was absolutely awesome. We were expecting 980s, so we were pretty excited about that. But yeah, we went from having just a sniper on the car to we put a F1A 94 Procharger, Poly high ram Dominator. Like, we completely changed the whole setup, put a anti-roll bar on it, and yeah, it's a completely different car from last year.
Yeah, I would say so. The anti-roll bar probably helped a ton with the way that car left last year.
So last year when we were in Orlando, we launched so hard, like we kept trying to get or launch better, and the car rolled over so hard it blew out both the passenger side shocks. So yeah, we put the anti-roll bar on, and now it's launching absolutely perfect. We could fine tune the shocks a little bit. I think that's one thing we overlooked this year, but we still had the same problem this year as we did last year. The power steering, we had a O-ring blowout on the power steering because I run Lemon's headers that come outside the frame, and if you turn the wheel too far, the wheel gets into the header, and then you pressure stuff up and blow an O-ring. So we found that while the car was at the top end of Bradenton getting photographed for the magazine, and I was like, oh, there's what's underneath it, and oh, that's oil. So called Ken, come down, and he's like, it's the same thing as last year. So I'm just getting rid of the power steering. I'm going to put manual steering on it and be done with it.
You got manual brakes too?
What's that?
You got manual brakes also, Shaun?
Yeah, so actually we put all new brakes on it this year too, because that car was actually scary to get stopped at 120 mile an hour. So I was sure we were going to be parked on the beach any faster, so we put all new disc brakes on it. And
no, man, you just got to push harder till you smoke the front tires like Rich and I do. You'll be good.
Well, no, I would push as hard as I could, and it would still keep rolling.
Yeah.
We actually cracked the rear rotors last year. Like we got back, and I was looking at it, I was like, oh, this is no good. So we had cracks in the rotors from them getting so hot. So it's not ideal.
No, not ideal. I'm just sitting here thinking, I think you're the only like Procharger setup. Why did you go Procharger instead of a turbo?
Because Procharger was like, hey, we'd love to work with you.
Oh,
well,
yeah. Pretty good reason.
This whole car was an idea in the Procharger booth at SEMA.
Oh,
and
cool.
It's actually kind of funny. The guy that I work with at Procharger, he kind of eavesdropped in on our conversation, me and my buddy that we were talking, and after we were done talking, he came up and said, hey, we'd like to help you out with this project if we can. And so that's kind of why we went with it, and we wanted to keep everything under the hood, and yeah.
It works. Wednesday, I think, was the drive day, and I was following you guys, and am I crazy to think that you had taken the belt off, and then where the normal blow off valve or whatever goes, you guys had run just a air filter there, right? Is that right?
Yeah, so Matt and Ken wanted to take the blower belt off because they couldn't stand listening to the Procharger, and they were bitching and whining. And then we got to getting a Leadfoot City. We pulled up beside someone, and like I hammered on it, and I'm like, oh, we can't even race anyone around. So we ended up putting the blower belt back on before we got to Leadfoot City, so at least we could have some fun doing burnouts.
Yes, that's awesome. Yeah, and I think it was like 3 or 4 minutes in the parking lot, and then at that time Justin was able to go over and give some firefighters some drinks and stuff like that. So it's pretty cool to get to hang out and follow you guys around for the day. You guys have a ton of fun, man. I'll tell you that much.
Yeah, it was a good time.
Cool question here. Who has the heaviest entry?
Rich, no? Or
Rich.
how heavy is
Nope.
your car?
Sean.
I'm about 4,200.
Holy, really?
Yeah, like
Yeah.
we didn't take any weight out of the car. Everything we just added weight to it with the cage and the heavier engine, and yeah, just added. And me being a welder, I don't use light materials. So when I was boxing the frame, it was all like 1/8 and 1/4 inch, and like yeah, there's more steel in that frame than it needs to be, but.
But it goes straight and it doesn't do this anymore.
No, it goes real straight, and I'm surprised how straight it goes. But at the top end, you're doing a lot of this because it does feel real loose at the top end at 140.
I do feel like maybe I'm the heaviest, but I'm also the slowest because of it. Because I think the wagon is like 4,600 pounds. And that definitely doesn't help me go fast.
What about the Navigator?
Yeah, the Aviator. Yeah,
the Aviator.
Because it's the plug-in hybrid one. It's like, I think, 5,400 pounds. But we can run, I think, with the latest tune, it should be like a 12-second Mamba.
That works.
Yeah.
I've got an Explorer ST, so.
Yeah, Livernois tune was...
Soon, I'm out of warranty, so.
Sorry, this is live, right? Dealership just earmuffs.
Earmuffs.
I'm like, you said on this one live stream, this one time.
It was AI, guys.
Yeah.
Right. Well, what everybody break this week?
Everything.
I think we should start with Sheldon.
Yeah, we have there's nothing left of the short block, so it needs everything. And we damaged the heads, but they're fixable. So yeah, it was block, crank, rods, pistons, cam, oil pan. Yeah, all of it. A couple of rockers.
Sorry, that's not funny. But
You didn't break your spirit though, Sheldon.
So no.
There you go. You got one thing left.
Yeah, I got one thing.
It was a quiet drive home.
It was whatever. I mean, it's racing, and it's something that we all know about. But it's still, when it happens, you're pretty disappointed when you're that far away from home, and your expectations are always high, right? So, but nothing you can do about it.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, that far you just put that thing in the trailer and cruise to the house. How many miles did y'all drive without talking?
Yeah, for about an hour or so, we did discuss maybe we can find another engine, but it's like, no, let's just go home. So
yeah, I think Brett, me and you had that conversation for a few minutes there in the parking lot, I think. And it was finally like, man, it's just not going to be worth it to try it, because you needed a block that could handle it. Like,
right. So you go and do all that work, and then you buy something else, and what if it breaks the very next day?
Oh,
then all that time and money and everything is just down the drain. So it's just take it home.
Yeah. And we had such a good lead in our class too. It'd be hard to slow the car down and just try and last the week. I think at that point we're gunning to try and win. So it'd be hard to slow the car down to put another motor in it and just to try and make the week.
Yeah. That is one of the hardest things about really fast cars.
He did a great job. When we pulled that oil pan off, even the intake manifold, like it looked like a glitter bomb went off in there. There was shrapnel everywhere, in the turbos, everywhere.
It's amazing where that goes. It's probably in the turbos too. I hate to say it.
I guess the only good thing that happened that passed is the Moroso oil pan never broke. And when I got it home, there was a gallon of water in the oil pan. So if the pan would have broken, there would have been a lot of oil, a lot of water in the track that I would have had to drive over. So it's a good thing that it stayed basically dry. So that's the only good thing that came about that.
It's never fun when you drive over your own oil.
No. So
oh, you can do ballet then, hey Steve?
Yeah, pretty much. Or lawn darts.
Yeah.
Yes, if you haven't seen that, if you haven't seen Steve's final ending of his car, it was
It was literally lawn
down.
darted.
It was
upside down on its
up
nose
against the wall.
Yeah, I got out through the windshield / driver's door that wasn't there anymore. I don't remember. I don't know all of it.
So I'm glad we didn't do that.
Yes. I don't recommend it. It's really expensive.
Yeah.
Well, and
I was behind to build a new car.
Yeah.
I was the next guy to make a pass down the same lane that he just went down. So I'm like, geez, thanks a lot.
I'm going to back up.
Hey.
They're like, Rich is on a slow pass today. He must be working on something. I don't know.
He's probably underneath the car adjusting the clutch again or something.
The track went and checked the lane, and they're like, there is nothing on the track. I'm like, I don't know what to tell you. I drove over my own oil. It's not a feeling you're ever going to mistake for something else. But apparently it was just enough vapor mist that it got under the tires. But
wow,
it is what it is.
Man, that's crazy. Again, back to the story of you guys fixing the steering shaft in the at Ace Racing Engines. It just happened to be there. Kevin Smith was tearing his motor apart. You guys were working on it, but you were working on something. Was there something else, or did you guys just stop by? I can't remember.
Oh, we just stopped by to. We had to pick up some stuff from Steph. He had ordered some parts for me. So we were picking him up. He does most of the machine work and stuff for me on my blocks and stuff.
Oh, that's awesome.
I actually have a new block being shipped down to him for all the final machine work and top fuel hoops and all that kind of stuff. It'll probably be the escalation motor that'll end up in the Mustang eventually one day. But we were there and we were there for 3 or 4 hours and hanging out and having a good time. And Steph ordered pizza and everything else. And we go to get in the car to leave, and Chris goes to turn the wheel and it just goes pop. And he had stripped the splines on the steering rack out of the Borgeson U-joint. And I'm like, well, couldn't have happened at a better place anywhere. So we just kind of pushed it back 8 feet into the shop and welded it up. That was about it. I think the only other thing we broke is the output yoke for the drive shaft at the end of the transmission. It was funny. We were 2 weeks prior to leaving, and we were just getting the car buttoned up and doing a nut and bolt on it. And I look up, I'm like, Chris, you got a cast yoke in this thing? How do you have a cast yoke in this thing? It hasn't broke. He's like, I don't know. I've broken the transmission case in 3 rear ends and never broke a drive shaft. I'm like, well, I have a billet yoke sitting at home, so we're going to bring that with us. So it was quite fortunate. He says I jinxed him. I said I saved his ass.
Definitely a jinx.
Well, it wasn't.
Yeah. Yeah.
It wasn't an hour before that. He was just bragging about that cast yoke.
Yeah,
and then,
right.
Shortly thereafter, he wasn't bragging.
Yeah. And Rich had a U-joint because Chris didn't have U-joints or anything like that, but we needed an output seal and a U-joint. And then we jinxed Rich because later that day he broke another U-joint.
Yeah. Stick shift stuff is violent. I think that's what media guys like about it so much. I mean, just hard leaves and that 2-3 shift is always cool to be about that point on the track because it's okay, this is gonna happen. Ramsey, you guys had a pretty good week though.
Yeah, I don't think we really had to work on too much other than just remembering our checklist because we were lulled into a sense of calm going 8:30. So yeah, we got really lucky. We just focused on the tacos and the beer and then helping out the guys that needed help. And can't complain.
Trevor, probably the highest strung engine here. I mean, 1,800 horsepower out of 3.5 liters or something like that.
4.1.
4.1. Okay, yeah, big block. Did you guys tear anything up?
No, I probably could have pretty easily because I'm almost money shifted my test run and my first pass of the week with car not shifting.
Yeah, that could have been bad.
So I got lucky there, and I found it was just a plug that was every time I'd launch, the plug would come unplugged a bit, and it wouldn't sense any gears, so it just stay in first gear.
Right? Yeah, you're saying it's in the dash behind it was the plug was attached, and then it would just not be attached.
Just lost connection for a milliscale a second, but lucky enough, I didn't break nothing.
Too much G-force, man.
Yeah. Yeah, 1,800 horsepower all-wheel drive launches. I'm in. I need to get a ride there. Rich, you're not scared to tear stuff up, man.
Yeah, what did I break this time? 2 U joints, and then one of the upper ears just came loose on the diff, which was causing the U joint problem. But then it trashed my brand new Mark Williams 4-inch aluminum drive shaft. And then on the 8503, we were on my spare drive shaft that I broke on 6 Smokies that they told me to throw in the garbage when I got home. That was the 8503 pass, and that had a TIG. It was like the yoke was kind of welded back together, and so I thought I put a soft tune up when it went 8503, but and then on the way home, just a little outside of Great Falls, Montana, it spit one of the clips out that holds the cap on. So then we went back to the Mark Williams drive shaft, which was JB welded back together to hold the cups in that one. You'd be amazed at how well that worked, because that thing was smooth as pie. I don't know that I'm going to throw that in the car as my backup, but
it just needs to be rebalanced, man.
Yeah.
It's great and ready. It just needs to be rebalanced.
And it also wrecked the yoke, which I stole one off the Bill Hoskins car, because it was right there and he had broke the motor, so I was looking for what parts I could steal off that thing. So
you're like,
I stole his.
What you got over here, bud?
Yeah, cannibalism started really quick, and then he loaded it up really fast after we stole the yoke. I don't know what that was about, but I was nice though.
Get out of here, man.
I put my old yoke back on, so at least he could still roll a car. I mean, you couldn't hook a drive shaft up to it, but it was all good.
Yeah, you're a high class man. Raj, what about you, dude?
Oh man, like I said, lots of things broke. Broke the drive shaft, great, like just right on the start line, destroyed it. That was a brand new drive shaft after Smokies wrecked the drive shaft. Lost a clip, I think, on that one, and then it wrecked the drive shaft. So put a brand new one in, made a pass, and well, it did make a pass. It broke on the start line with all the power. Then put the steel drive shaft on. I happened to bring my spare, one with a gear vendor length kind of thing. It's really short drive shaft. So put that in. Then the car started hopping on the start line. So gave up on the first one. The second one, I just drove through it. I said I didn't care. 3 wheels off the ground on the start line. There's a picture of that. Brand new gear set that I had REM treated, wrecked the gear set. The gears make so much noise now. They're louder than the side exhaust I got dumping now out of the car.
Welcome to the 8-second club.
Yep. Like the gear, my co-pilot JP, he was being quiet about it. He was worried about it every day that gear was going to explode on us. It's got to come out. I haven't had a chance even to take the diff apart, but I got another 1968 set of 308 gears I'm going to throw back in it. So those were original GM sets. Also, no, that was a brand new Richmond set I bought after 666 when I wrecked the other gear set. So did that. Tried to blow the hood scoop off the car 2 times on the start line. It had a weird, like a backfire, but not a nitrous backfire. It was doing a weird pop shutting off, and it tried to literally blow the scoop off the car twice. So I had to reinforce fiberglass that just on the inside. It's still broken. I haven't had a chance to redo the whole hood. What else did we break? I know there's more. There's just about every day something. Oh, the transmission. I forgot about that.
Oh, yeah.
There's that thing too. I forgot where that one was going to be a really good pass. It broke the input shaft on the tranny on just before the 1-2 shift, I think. It just let go. So the motor went to the moon, hit all the limiters and shut off. And the input shaft. So we had to drop the tranny at South Georgia. So 2 years in a row, I've yet to make a clean pass at South Georgia. So it's kind of my Achilles heel right now, because I love that track, but haven't made a good pass. What else was there broken? Man, oh man, I feel like there was something else. Blew the air. Well, the air cleaner blew off. that broke. I had to JB weld that back together to hold the whole top down on the carburetor. Melted 2 spark plugs, so kind of damaged the head a bit. Fixed that up after sick week. Drove on it and then took the heads off and fixed that. Man, oh man, I don't know. I'm sure there's more, but that's probably enough.
How many rear tires did you go through?
Yeah.
Oh no! Did he lock up?
I'll go off them.
He's thinking.
No. The best question.
Yeah. What was that drag strip?
We lost you for a minute there.
We lost you.
Yeah, no, so at that drag strip, I tried to do a burnout in their burnout pad, but it was too sticky with all the weight in the trunk and all that stuff. So I decided to go out on the street just outside the racetrack and then do one there, which totally annihilated a brand new set of tires right down to the cords. They didn't pop. We had to stop. We heard, you can kind of hear the cords, like, it's metal on the ground, so you kind of hear that metal sound when you're driving. So anyways, we all stopped, all the Canadians. We all found a place to go about 4 miles away and got 2 more sets of tires from those guys. And the next set I bought is killer. Like, they're probably my go-to tire now. I think I finally found a tire that can do burnouts and do more than one burnout without going to the cords. I think I can get 2.5 out of them.
The Burnout Master tire. That's what we need. We need like 900 where really smoky and just as hard as a rock, man.
Do you like pre-plan where to buy them, Raj, or do you just
No, you just get on
willy-nilly?
the phone. Yeah, I just look up who's got tires in stock. At Six Summer last year, I brought tires, and all the tire shops had closed at 5, and the burnout, that they set up there in Rock Falls is at like 6 or 5:30. So one of the guys that owns the tire shop was there watching the burnout. So he got a hold of me. He's like, I got a dude in the store. I'll drive you to the shop to change your tires if you pop them. And I was trying to pop them. So yeah, I sat there. So the tire shop called and said, yeah, we got you covered. Do whatever you got to do. So when I went to his place, they had about 8 kids there playing around. And they're like, are you going to do a burnout for us? I was like, of course. A bunch of kids want burnouts. You can't say no. So I left the tire shop with brand new tires, and I already put like half of the tire out for a bunch of kids on the, by Rock Falls. So that was the best. Yeah,
that's awesome. Yeah, I think that's one of the best things about Dragon Drives is like, think about how many kids we've all done burnouts in front of, and how much that's going to change their lives going forward.
Oh yeah, totally.
Shaun, what about you guys, man? Did y'all break anything?
We didn't really break anything this year, aside from the power steering pump O-ring. We were having a little bit of overheating issues just where I have my intercooler. It's right in front of the radiator. So Raj and Blasco, they got on the front of the car, and we used a bunch of cardboard and duct tape and taped up the front of the car, direct some air through the rad. But yeah, other than that, we went through a couple belts. Actually, yeah, the first day we threw a belt, and then it took out the water pump belt as well. So we had to hand in a 17 that day, which wasn't ideal, but yeah, this year was a little easier for us for parts anyways.
That's good.
But knocking on the door of 8s, I'm going to start having problems like these other 2 guys with the heavy cars. So
yeah. You'll learn the hard way. Traction is tough on stuff, man.
Yeah. I'm going to have to
Raj has never broken anything during a burnout.
Knock on wood. Don't say that, man. Like, yeah, I hope not. But it's those tires, man. Like you said, when you started hooking, like I did PB, a 128. I actually did a lot of like 130 ones, 128. I think I got 2.0 on the G meter and like a 1.8 on a couple of passes. Like the thing's leaving hard, but those tires, man, you start hooking. I've always ran slicks before, so there's always a little bit of spin. I don't get like big wheel speed like a big tire slick. It's just a 9-inch wide slick. But now I'm running that 275 Pro, ET Pro, or Mickey Thompson Pro tire, and it hooks like mad, especially on the sick prep and all that stuff they're doing. That's why things are breaking. It's just dead hooking. So, yeah.
Yeah, I think Rich went through some of that when he made the move to radials, right?
Yeah, definitely with a stick car, unless you have a adjustable clutch. Good luck. Like you're gonna break everything.
Yeah. Yeah.
I pretty much did. Yeah. Yeah.
How many input shafts you got, Rich?
What's that?
How many input shafts you got?
I have a flower pot full of input shafts, output yokes.
Like, drive shafts now?
Drive shafts. Yeah, I would say this was one of the, well, it was definitely the quickest 60 foots, and my input shaft is still straight. It's a bit of a hybrid between a PPG and a G-Force that I had built in town here. So I was really happy to get home, but I never rattled the tires once. And typically it's, yeah.
Are you on the 29 spline now?
29 spline input, and I'm on a differential yoke on the output, because every once in a while, like pretty much after every event, I couldn't get the drive shaft off because the yoke was twisted on the transmission. So you go to push it in and it didn't want to move anymore. But good times.
Yeah, that 29 spline input's been good. Sorry, go ahead.
I was going to say, somebody was asking about U-joints, and yeah, definitely non-greasable U-joints are the tough ones. In my case, it wasn't a U-joint issue. It was a rear end cocking funny because of a wore out bushing. After you break two in a row, like I literally wrecked one on the way down. I put a new one on, and the third pass, it broke another U-joint. So I knew the U-joint wasn't the problem. I was going to blame Steve because that's where I got that U-joint from, but figured maybe that wasn't it.
Well, you can have the used one back from Chris's car if you want.
Yeah.
That probably is one of the toughest things about drag and drive life compared to a regular drag racer's car, because I mean you're putting hundreds of street miles on during an event for sure, but then also you're driving it around town, you're doing burnouts, you're doing all that kind of stuff, and like a lot of that aftermarket stuff isn't built for that. It's built to go drag racing with, and so bushings move around and all that kind of stuff.
Well, we're finding all the weak links.
Yeah, the shit that rattles off my car, like stuff that you're thinking, how did that come loose? Like it's got lock washers, locking bolts, and shit just still comes loose. I don't know why. I hardly drive the thing, but
yeah, never. How long have you had that car together?
About 2010.
Wow. So yeah, 16 years and 200,000 miles. Yeah, the Track Channel, another Canadian.
Yeah,
love that dude.
Yeah, Gary's best.
Yeah, he's going to be.
We missed Mystic Week.
I know, man. He's going to be around the corner from me here at Mid America Dragway this weekend, watching some back of the track stuff. I think so, or doing some back of the track stuff. Yeah,
that's what we should do. We should get all these Canadians, and we should all go down to like Warren the Woods or Brown County, whatever, all those prep kind of stuff.
We're done there already.
I saw that. I know. I was looking at that. Sweet. So
yeah, that Yellow Belly. I mean,
yeah.
Yellow Belly is one of my favorite places in the country. That place is insane, especially on a Thursday night at 2 a.m. Man, you're gonna get stabbed in a minute.
I don't know. There should be a taco stand on the start line. Might as well be one.
Dude,
the taco lady is pretty good there. Like
she is. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I made friends with her. We understood each other by the end of the weekend.
That's awesome. All right, well, let's move on to the next bit, because I want to find out why you guys do drag and drives, why what you like most, and all that kind of stuff. So, I'll do let's move to the performance or performer built transmission ad read real quick, and then we'll jump into some of that stuff. And I'm going to let Eric run that one because he's probably not going to stay all night with us. So Performer Built Transmissions is the official transmission builder of Drag Drive Repeat. At Performer Built Transmissions, the goal is to engineer and build the toughest transmissions on the planet. Performer Built doesn't just rebuild transmissions, they systematically re-engineer each model to eliminate OEM flaws and to achieve the highest levels of performance. That's why they say our transmissions are not just built, they're Performer Built. And speaking of transmissions, that's GM-based automatic transmissions. It's kind of their specialty. They've put a Camaro into the 7s with the 4L60s, and they kind of know what they're doing. Some of these guys on here obviously stick shift.
That's like holding up a burning cross to a vampire for Rich, right? Just sticking it to him about the automatic.
He said bring your purse over here.
All right, so we're kind of talking about the different drag and drives. So there's 5 Canadian drag and drives now. There's Miles of Mayhem, there's Dragway Rush, BC Drag It Challenge, Home Quarter Drag and Drive, and East Coast Drag and Drive, which Jason was in here earlier for East Coast Drag and Drive saying that he needs to get some of you guys out east. But like Mike said, kind of question here is why did you guys choose to get into drag and drive, and what is it that you like the most? So we'll kind of start with the same path we did. We'll start up there with Sheldon.
The drag and drive, I think a lot of it is the challenge to finish, and also you get to spend a lot more time with in your car and hang out with other people, and just the whole event is a fun experience. Like where we live, there's not a lot of heads-up racing, so that it's hard to race local for what the car is designed for. So the drag and drive is just the perfect thing. And I mean, sick week in February or January is a perfect time to go racing when it's minus 25 at home and it's warm normally warm in Florida. But yeah, no, I just I don't know. I like the challenge the most, I think.
Brett, what about you?
Yeah, honestly, I love the people. It's a great opportunity to really get out and drive your car. As Sheldon said, we don't get to necessarily do that a lot here, depending on how the classes are, depending on how your car is built. But just the opportunity to get out and meet everybody, see everybody, that's the most exciting thing. Like we're all in the same country, and yet the only time I get to see all you guys at the same time is 1 week a year, assuming we even survive the week. So it's just a great time for us to all hang out. I mean, we all talk most of us talk on social media, and it's just that one time a year where we all get to kind of come together and just hang out in person. And I love that about it. And the fact that we get to go down south, and obviously we get to see warmer weather, in the wintertime, that also is rather enticing.
Yeah, for sure. What about you, Steve?
As Brett said, doing race car shit with race car friends. About the people.
Texas Roadhouse, yes.
That's right, Texas Roadhouse. But yeah, like there's different genres of people in racing. Like you get the bracket racers, you get the heads up guys, but in a more laid back environment like drag and drive, it's just a lot more about the people and hanging out and making connections and hanging out with friends.
Yeah, 100%. Raj, besides tacos and burnouts, what else?
Well, that's my answer. I mean, that's really what drag and drive is about. I mean, like the guys have said, right? You get to go drive your car, which really is why you built it. I mean, if you have a straight up race car, that's different, going to a certain type of event, but to be able to drive your car, be competitive, and it doesn't matter if you're running 13, 12, 10, whatever you're in, there's always a class for you to fight. Like, I've won a bunch of stuff in the drag and drives, but also I've placed fourth a lot. So my race becomes between fourth and fifth place. I make my own fun with the guy who's, we're chasing each other. So you end up meeting all these people, and I've tried to, let's say, not like the person you're trying to compete against, but you can't. You end up talking to them and they become your best buddy. And even if it's a guy running 7 seconds that you're not even in the same class, you go over there, you say hi. Next thing you know, you're having tacos together and doing burnouts together, and everybody becomes a friend. So everybody thinks the same. There's no politics involved. There's no nothing involved. It's just we all like the same thing. We're all crazy. We all want to drive our car. and having fun, right? So like-minded people being together, you just have a good time. So why wouldn't you do it, right? So like every drag and drive, it's an addiction. It's a drag and drive addiction. You just got to keep doing it because you just don't know any better. We're just too dumb to do anything else, I guess. But
Pretty much.
Yeah. Rich?
Yeah, honestly, for me, it was all about the road trip and seeing the country. Like I never wanted a race car. I don't own a trailer to take to the track. So it's always about, for me, it's not only about the people that all my buddies that I get to hang out with while I'm at the event, but all of the characters that you meet on the road when you're driving a car like that it's amazing. Like, and all the people that give you thumbs up and like, I'm pretty sure I've been to more US states than most US citizens because I've driven to all of the events. So for me, it's all about the road trip and the fact that it's going as fast as it is now. I mean, if there was a few of my buddies on here that I first got into cars with, they would tell you that, oh yeah, Rich just wanted an 1150 car. And they told me it'll never end there. And I'm like, oh yeah, it'll be good. And
I'll be fine with it. Yeah.
Yeah. Meanwhile, I'm thinking, how bad would a 750 cage be? The road trips are the road trips leaving from the house, even like when Bailey screwed me all up with this right in the middle of winter event where it was supposed to be our downtime to fix our shit and throwing winter tires on and mud flaps on to drive down there. I mean, even that, it was like, well, this is going to be an adventure one way or another. This is going to be an adventure. And yeah, it's just awesome. The road trips are absolutely awesome.
Yeah, I agree. Ramsey?
Yeah, both those guys pretty much hit the nail on the head. I really like the road trips. I've always liked driving. And then, like doing the Six Smokies and that drive and even 666 with the kids and just experiencing all the different places and getting to see everything. And then, meeting all these fantastic people. We kind of got started in this just as it was popping off. And I still remember first Mayhem parking beside Rich when he was helping out Glasgow, and then meeting Raj on Death Week and Steve and the gang there, and then obviously seeing Sheldon and Brett at Miles of Mayhem. And I just 100% look forward to getting back together with those guys with the parking lot beers and the stories and the laughs. And then heading down to the state for the tacos isn't a downside either. So
that's the main reason there, Ramsey. It's the main reason.
Well, yeah. Well, but I got the pressure because this last event I got bestowed the honor of having to pick the taco place, and I don't know if you guys know about the pressure of finding the next taco joint for Rovic.
You did great.
And he found the best one with the New Yorker. That was the best tacos and the best character running the taco.
Yeah,
absolutely. And even that's cool too. Like, you roll up with 3-4 race cars to whatever place you want to grab tacos from, and everyone's like,
cars. These are street cars,
fast street cars. You roll up to the restaurant, and everyone's like, "What is going on?" And all of us walk in looking the way we do, and we're just eating authentic Mexican food at these little mom and pop shops, and it's hilarious.
Yeah.
Imagine we had Jason Russo at that taco stand. That would have been the best.
That would have been funny.
Yeah.
Well, Shaun, you've kind of been newer into the drag and drive. What kind of drew you into it?
Well, when we started building the car, and we got so many memories with the car, with the kids and stuff like that. I didn't want just a strictly race car. I didn't want to strip it out. I wanted to keep all the interior. And you get talking to some of these guys that do the drag and drives, and I was like, dang, I want to do that. So we built a car that could do both, and it's just been awesome. I've only done 2. I've been signed up for Mayhem the last 2 years and car hasn't made it because it's been either not done or torn apart. But we're signed up for Redwood Rally this year as well, and see where else we can get to. But yeah, we just wanted a multi-purpose vehicle, and then everything that we found with hanging out with people and the road trips has just been a bonus on top of it.
Yeah.
I think I remember meeting you at the NHRA track on Death Week when I think you were well on your path to getting the Crewvel together for a drag and drive. That would have been like 2023.
Yeah. Yeah. That's in Vegas.
Yeah.
I think it was, wasn't it? Yeah.
Yeah.
That's awesome. Kyle, what about you? What got you into doing this?
Well, for me, it was there's nothing cooler than pulling up to work in a car you go race with too. For me to get to a racetrack, I have to do an hour drive and then a 2-hour ferry and then another hour drive, and then we're at the racetrack. So I was like, well, I don't really want to trailer anything over there. So usually when I go racing for the weekend, I knew it was going to have to be something I drive. And it's pretty cool to go over there and beat some bracket racers with a vehicle you just switch some tires and drive away with. Yeah. And kind of like what Rich was saying, for us, like we go through so many different states and see every area of the world that we'd never ever have a reason to if it wasn't for a drag and drive. Like these small towns and everything is just unbelievable what you see in everyone's backyard and all these boneyards. It's really cool.
Yeah.
Yeah. I think that's one of the biggest things for me too, is the reason to go to Florida in February without flying. You know what I mean? Like you would taking your car down there, or I mean, I would have no reason to go to Texas to race. I have Tulsa and I have Bocan here close to me. You know, there's no reason for me to go to half of these places I go to now, but got to go see the race car friends.
Yep. And Trevor, what about you?
The biggest thing is for me is the road trips and just hanging with the people and the fans that you meet at the tracks. When you come to a restaurant and you pull, 5-6 cars, especially on you take over like a gas station takeover, but you do a restaurant takeover and all the locals are seeing you. Like when you're with like Bill Armstrong, you're going to little off main streets for restaurants. So you're at the mom and pop restaurants, and those people are all looking at you. You all come in, and then they walk out and they see all these cars, and it's all different types of cars, and that's pretty cool. And the stories you get from your hard times to your great times, you got great memories and stories.
Yeah, absolutely.
If they're walking out, they probably walked out because of Bill, though. Just saying, if he's listening. If you ever been to a restaurant with Bill, you know what I'm talking about.
Yeah. That track channel asked, how many of y'all are going to Miles of Mayhem this year?
We'll be there.
That's awesome.
My son's getting married the day before it starts, so I might be in the doghouse if I go.
If you show up there, yeah.
Big Sky, basically.
Yeah, that's Big Sky's on my list, and Redwood Rally's on my list too. But then Larry Larson had to go and say that he signed up for Drag Week, so I may have to tag team and do the 2 weeks away again. I know my wife ain't watching this, so we'll see how that conversation goes in the next couple of weeks about, hey, honey, I'm going to be gone 2 weeks in September.
Told you, man. You just got to get a plane. I'll fly you around. Just zip you back and forth, man. It's no problem.
Hey, when I was a young man, I wanted to be a pilot, so
I can show you. It's easy. Blasco got a license. You can get one. Don't worry,
dude. Surely, if he can, I can.
Yeah.
Yeah, Mongrel's here saying, is everyone retired or self-employed, still trying to figure out how you find the time?
I think it might start with an R, but I don't know if it's retired.
Yeah, I was going to say earlier, Freedom 85. That's about when we were able to retire, but whatever.
Sleep when you're dead.
Yeah, in this hotel room just to fund the addiction.
Yeah.
Besides doing this when you're retired would be just way too expensive.
Yeah.
True.
Yeah, I think it really comes down to that. Like, you really, once you do one, you're like, okay, that's just on my list now. Now I've got to figure out how to do another one. I got to figure out how to do, how can I get 3 weeks to do these instead of, for a long time of my life, I didn't take any vacation. It was a couple weekends off here and there. But then I found drag and drive, and now, we know how that worked.
But think about it. What are you gonna do? Like, how can you just go and sit on a beach now and do nothing? You'd be
no way.
you'd be doing this, going, man, I could be running my car. I can be going here. I can be doing that, right? So it's pretty hard to just go sit still. I'm sure all of us are like that. We're not just gonna sit still and do nothing, So.
Yeah, the wife deserves a beach vacation, but I definitely will be finding car shows and cruise nights and local shops to go hang out with while they're doing the daily thing. And I'm like, hey, would you hate it if I drove my old truck down behind you?
There you go.
I'll cruise it while you guys take the daily driver stuff.
Yeah.
I gotta hop off here, guys. So.
Hey, thanks for staying on, man.
It was fun being on here. Have a great night, everyone.
Yeah,
Hey,
appreciate
don't
it.
you have an event? Don't you have an event you want to plug or something?
Oh yeah, we should plug that. So June thanks, Rich. June 6th, we got Border Wars in Edmonton, Alberta at Rad Torque Raceway, and we're running X275. We're the first place to have a little gangster class in Canada. Stick shift, we're doing an import versus domestic, run what you brung, and then quarter-mile supercar shootout. So our purse for a little gangster is $20,000 that we're paying out. So yeah.
No way.
Yeah.
No way.
It's got 6,000 US.
It's okay. It's only like $50 US.
Yeah. It's monopoly money.
Yeah, it's going to be a pretty good event. I think we have close to 30 entries on the little gangster class already. We have, I think, close to 20 on the run what you brung stick shift class. I think there's 15 or so. And yeah, it's still pretty early. We got Justin Nunley. He's coming up from Florida. We're going to finally, hopefully, race. Hopefully he doesn't break in the pits this time, and me and him can run our Pinks cars. And yeah, it's going to be on Freedom Plus too. So
sweet.
Yeah, it's going to be a good event. We're putting a lot into it. Emily Reeves is coming out to be on the Freedom Plus stream. We got Whiskey Biz coming. Yeah, it's going to be a heck of a good time.
Yeah, that's
Can't
awesome.
wait.
And what are the dates one more time? Sorry, you just said though.
So June 6th
June 6th.
in Edmonton,
Sweet.
Alberta. So if any Americans want to come up and try and pick on some Canadians, come on up.
Yeah. Be careful because those Canadians, man, they don't play when it comes to race cars.
Yeah, well, if you hear Rich's his smack talk video, it is absolutely awesome. So
that's great, man. Well, cool. Well, thanks again for staying on tonight, man. Appreciate it a bunch.
Yeah, you betcha. Have a good night, guys.
Yep, see ya.
Hey, buddy.
Dude, 20 G's on little gangsters. That's what's up.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Rodney's saying there, yeah, no, I definitely need some more tires. If I don't have a tire sponsorship, I need to win 20K.
Yeah. Right. Yeah, definitely put that down, man. That's awesome. Raj, your car, it's probably not.
I'm getting
quite
there. Yeah, like I'm almost there. I mean, whatever. Not too far away. I'm hoping at Streetcar Bragging Rights I get it all dialed in to start hitting those times. So again, imagine going to Little Gangsters with a car that you're driving around all the time, because those are kind of race cars, right? They don't drive them around on the street on average.
Right.
So that's even cooler to be able to go into a class and compete against guys like that with a car you just drive around the country, right? The continent, really. So.
Well, and I think we're seeing that a bunch. We try and talk about it as much as we can about all the drag and drive guys in that Little Gangsters class. Because one, I mean, that's obviously, it's growing exponentially. Those guys are doing a hell of a job. And man, with payouts like that, dude, there's a lot of 850 cars that would work well for that.
Oh yeah, totally. I mean, like I said, Steinke and Acton and Russo, and I mean, there's a gajillion of them. All the boys from New York, man. There's a lot of drag and drive cars that I mean, they can just nail that stuff. They're so good at it, you know.
Yeah.
So let's turn it up.
Right. What else we got, Eric? What else is in this? Oh, hey, what's something? We'll just we won't necessarily go around, but what's something you guys would add? What would you like to add to a drag and drive event?
Taco support truck.
Yeah, it needs the breakfast sausage and sandwich truck should just be for breakfast, and then there should be a taco truck. For
You need to hire that New Yorker. And get him to follow us around.
Totally.
I got to tell a funny story there. So we stop at this taco truck, and this New Yorker, who's a New Yorker with a taco truck in Florida, so you know he's a character. I think he's got fluorescent green glasses on, but Ramsey was the first one to order, and he gave Ramsey shit because Ramsey's like, I'll take 2 beef tacos, and he was like, what the fuck are you talking about? 2 beef tacos? I got all these tacos, and you want 2 of the same tacos? That started it, and then eventually we all ordered, and he told us all to sit down, and my dad, 84 years old, he goes back up there and stands in front of the window, and the New Yorker says, you want a hug or you want to fight? He's like, I told you, when they're ready, I'll bring them to you. Go sit down. Dad's like, okay.
You want to hug?
We need that guy to follow us around for a whole event. Like
100%.
Been freaking awesome.
Yeah, food truck. We definitely need more food. That's probably one of the hardest things about drag and drive, man, is you don't eat.
Yep. It's hard to stand in line for an hour at the racetrack waiting for food.
Yeah, I would say as a stick shift guy, it would be nice to have like a couple of classes now. Quite often the stick shift class is like the biggest class. It's pretty, you'd have to figure out how to balance the 2 classes out, like, synchronized trans or non-slipper clutches, or do like streetcar bragging rights where you just have blind qualifying and then split the class down the middle. But there's enough stick shift cars now showing up that it would be nice to split them up a bit. I mean, Drag Week still doesn't even have a stick class. They have a shootout, but they also sell out every time. So, it's kind of hard to argue with.
Yeah.
Right. And so, we've always said it with the circuit, like, if you want a class, you want some weird shit, dude, sponsor it. You know what I mean? So I'm sure like as events could find sponsors for different classes, but the stick shift thing is tough because you have Jeremy Howell. I mean, that dude runs 7.0s, and then you have guys like you that run 850s because of the cage, and then you got guys that are competitive in the 10s and 11s. Like, I don't know how you break that up.
Yeah, it's a tough one.
Yeah, because you really almost couldn't do it by ET. I guess you probably could, but Eric, there's somebody on a street race stick shift would be cool because that would kind of limit you to some of your 850 stuff.
Yeah.
Is it just me, or some of the heavyweight classes maybe not that heavy?
Dude, they say like 3,500 pounds. I'm like, what? That ain't heavy at all.
No. Yeah. Streetcar bragging rights, it was 4,200 pounds. It was heavyweight.
Yeah, that's actually heavy.
Yeah. My clutch didn't like 4,200 pounds at all. I'll tell you that right now.
That's why Alan Whitaker is still king. Like, man, that car is fast.
Dude, man, how heartbreaking is it then with a 701? But if you had ended with a 6, then you can't have that for the next time.
Yeah.
He's probably the happiest guy.
Oh, dude, I would be too if I had a 4,700 pound car that goes 7 or 690s. Yeah.
Yeah, I think if you're asking about, what are we missing? I don't think we're missing anything. I think there's such a diverse group of different events. You should be able to find an event that you're happy with. And if you're not, don't complain about it, because there's one out there that you should be able to fit in. And if you don't like it, make your own. But Otherwise, in my mind, zip it. Like
Rich is right. There's so many events, like like you said, Drag Week is different than Sick Week. Rocky Mountain Race Week has stuff that nobody else has. That's why I think that event is awesome. And I don't want every event to do what Rocky Mountain Race Week does, because then you're just going to the same thing. So all these events that have slightly different rules and slightly different classes, that's perfect. That's the one you go to. You're not going, you go to the ones that interest you, that you want to have, or you want to go to ones where all your friends are at, just to go have tacos and do burnout. So, which is like everyone. That's a problem for me, but
or check that box off. Like, okay, I've done Drag Week, I've done Sick Week. Now I'm going to go do Rocky Mountain, or I'm going to do Race Week, or I'm going to do, insert one of 50 events that are on the schedule for this year.
Yeah,
and find
that should be
race.
That should be the next thing for you guys, is like, who has done the most multiple, like different events, right? Yeah. Not just, always the same event, right? Like, oh yeah, this guy's done 7
Better make
different
that
ones.
Note.
Yeah. So, because I'm
going my nerd out.
Yeah, because I'm trying to go to like 2 different events this year, and probably next year I'm going to try to do 3 or 4 different ones I haven't even done yet. So that's
that's a good idea.
Yeah, that's a great topic, and definitely one I'll be looking at.
Yeah, for sure. Well, listen, guys, I have to jump off as well. Appreciate everybody being on tonight. I know there's still tons more that Mike's going to ask you about, but again, appreciate everybody coming on.
Thanks, Eric.
Yeah, thanks, Eric.
Thanks, man.
See you guys.
Thanks, dude.
Yep.
All right. Well, is everybody ready to really kick it into second gear? Sorry, I'm just kidding. We're not going to stay all night, I promise. But I do have one last question for this, and then we've got a whole nother segment on what Americans take for granted, which I think will last us a little bit. But what's up next for you guys? Events or upgrades or whatever?
Go ahead. Why are you looking at me? I don't know.
You guys got a motor. That's your new thing, right?
That's Sheldon's thing. Yeah. I mean, I want to go 8s with my street car this year. That's my goal. But I don't know. I'm pretty cage limited with no cage at all. Loud belts. I'd like to go find a track somewhere, a hole in the wall track, and try and go an 899 with my car and
try and get just kicked out.
I got no family, no kids, so this is the time to do it. Apparently, You're gonna do stupid shit. This is when. So, that's the goal. Go 899s, and then, I don't know. We got 2 other cars that we play around with, so maybe do some little gangster stuff or do some racing down south. But not quite sure on what we're gonna do with those 2 cars yet. But I guess we'll have to find out and see.
Yeah. And for myself, I guess just have to find an engine or build an engine, put the car back together, and I guess at that time just see, when it is.
Yeah.
I mean, I do have an LS I could put in it right away and, do little gangster stuff and stuff that's like 460 and slower in the 8th, because that car would do that. So you could go into little gangsters and some no prep stuff or, and just enjoy the car. So
would it be hard to go that far back?
Yes. That's much. It is very hard to slow the car down. I will agree.
Yeah, I can't imagine.
But if it's the difference between taking a year off and getting right back out and being able to go, see friends and go racing and all that kind of stuff, then it's worth slowing it down just to do that, as long as there's time available to do it. So
yeah. How fast did you go? Because the LS was in it before, right?
Yeah, it's been in it for about 3 years or so, and it went 460s, 470s.
That's awesome.
So,
yeah, 530s, little gangster stuff. You wouldn't even be breathing on it.
Yeah, 530s would be, not hard to. You just need a couple days at a racetrack to get a tune-up for it, and it wouldn't be that hard to do.
That's awesome. Steve, what about you, man? What's up next?
I don't know. Build this new cruiser car. It's a twin turbo LS3 stick shifted, and probably the same thing. And go to the track and get yelled at.
Oh man,
That's about it.
Let me know what track.
We'll see.
That's awesome. Ramsey, what about you, dude?
We've got a project that we've been kind of working on for 2 years now. It didn't quite go as we hoped it would, but it's a 72 Opel with a 540 big block and an 871 and some big tires in the back. So we picked it up when we didn't really need to, and now we're trying to make it a drag and drive car. So been working through a couple things and definitely trying to push to get that ready for Border Wars, because that seemed like a fun thing to do with it. And then also got Big Sky that we're signed up for, as well as Miles of Mayhem, and we're hoping to do both of those events if this car works good. If not, maybe we'll fall back on the V-Wagon for one of those.
Hang on. Border Wars is in June.
Yeah.
And then both of those events are in July, right?
Yeah.
Like Big Sky and Miles of Mayhem.
Yeah, it's going to be a really busy July. So we'll see how that goes.
I like it.
And then we kind of started doing a family one in October, and that originally started with 66 and then Smokies. So I think this year our family one's going to be hopefully Redwood Rally.
Oh, sweet. That's awesome.
Yeah.
How big are the tires on this Opel?
Right now they're 31/16.5.
So, bro, there is no room in this car.
Yeah, and I don't fit really good in it.
No way, because you're not 5'4", dude. What the hell, man? You're like,
yeah, no. I don't know why I picked it, but the dude said he was looking to sell it, and he threw it a number that was kind of silly, and then he pulled the cover off of it, and I was like, "Take my money."
You're like, you didn't even have to show it to me. I like it.
Yeah,
it's awesome.
So yeah, I'm looking forward to it. I had the engine completely torn down to the block just because a couple things weren't quite right. So got it back together and fired up, and now we're just chasing some fine tuning stuff. And maybe I suffer from the trying to get it perfect category before we get it out there and do stuff. But hopefully we'll get some guys over in the garage and help me get out of that rut and make sure this thing is ready for June.
Yeah, running not right. Not right. Rich, streetcar bragging rights. This is like the second or third time for you to go, right?
It'll be the second time. Yeah.
Yeah. Oh, man, I'm so
yeah.
jealous.
I made a few changes like to the rear end so that I've got Hein joints back there. Probably maybe a 98 millimeter turbo from a 94, same housing, just to turn it up a bit, and then Big Sky, and then Rocky Mountain Race Week 2.0.
Oh, sweet.
And Border Wars. So yeah, I think we're probably on our way to another 25,000 mile year. I think, and hopefully the engine will be broke in by Rocky Mountain Race Week, because I have never won stick at Rocky Mountain Race Week yet. So that's still on my list. I've got second a few times, but I've never won first. So,
oh man,
we're gonna aim for that.
Yeah, hell yeah. Raj, what about you, buddy?
Streetcar bragging rights also with Rich and Trevor. Big Sky signed up for that. Don't know if I can get into or get time for Miles of Mayhem drag week, but then there's Rocky Mountain Race Week. So like to drive back and forth in between work and stuff, I got to pick which one I'm going to try. I waitlisted for drag week, but I'd rather do Rocky Mountain Race Week. I did it once only. I really, really like that event. So I think I'm going to try to do that one because I'll be out west with the car. But the car's getting a bunch of upgrades right now. Just had the motor apart after sick week, make sure it was okay, put it back together, fired it up. And yeah, my good buddy Blasco there, and Rich Guido runs one of these things. This is a little more high end than his, I hear. MS3 Pro, Evo Plus, I don't know all the names to these things, whatever. And all that wiring, that's my buddy Scott. He's doing all the wiring, Performance Wiring Solutions out in New York. It's really convenient. It's right by the engine shop in Rochester. And
oh, nice.
For Bill Travato Racing, the real BTR. That's what BTR is, BTR Performance. He does Oldsmobiles and LSs and everything else. So yeah, the car's getting that stuff wired in, smart coils, all that kind of junk. So I'll have 8 of those so I can play around with it, data logging and because you can't do 26 hot laps anymore. There's just so many people at the events. It's kind of hard. So when you're doing 1 or 2 passes, that's why I did lots of passes. For me, you know, the other questions about why you do drag and drive. Well, it's the only time I get to go to the track. So I'm not there to do 1 pass. Usually I was doing 7 passes a day on average. I had a regular drag and drive, not a one-off. So that's just to have fun, just to go make passes down the track. And it was also my data logging. I was analogging, you know, like doing it all old school way. So now I'll have a computer to tell me what's going on. I already know what's going on, but it's nice to see it. To try to nail 530s or try to nail 850s, like all these guys who are good at it, you need to know the stuff, because to hit 850 with a something, you got to have data. So that's the biggest upgrade to the car before streetcar bragging rights, and I'll be testing it out over there. So
holy shit, dude,
I'm
that's
sure
like 5 weeks.
Yeah, and I'm not with the car. I'm leaving in a couple of days back north. I got to play with airplanes and put engines together and props and stuff like that and go to work. So Scott, it's all on Scott. I know he's watching, or he was before. So there's all the pressures on him that this thing, we fired up the car with an MSD box, so everything works. And then we ripped it all out. So the next time it better fire up with a bunch of coils so I can drive it down to Carolina or North Carolina for that, and then drive it back and then go back to work. So yeah, not a lot of time to do it, but hey, that's the way it always is. There is no time. You got to work, you got to go play. So and then we'll see whatever Scott's like, no pressure. There is no pressure. This isn't his first rodeo, man. He wires cars like, you know, cars with way more power, way more complication than mine. Mine's a walk in the park for him. So
I don't know. It's pretty complicated. It's nitrous.
That's easy. Car. It's 2 wire. Yeah, exactly. Carburetor, 2 wires on a solenoid, and now there's like 8 wires on coils, and then every sensor in the world, I guess. I don't know, but that's Matt Belasco. You know, he's the whiz behind that. So I'll be leaning on him. And then when he doesn't answer me, I call Rich all the time. So I got to wait till I wear out that welcome. So, and then whoever else has got an MS3 Pro that I can talk to. So,
is your nitrous on a button or wide open throttle switch?
It's always been on a button till Jimmy Dale got mad at me at Smokies, like really mad at me. So I put it on the throttle for Sick Week.
Yeah.
I'm not sure I like it because I can't pedal the car anymore. Like I used to pedal the car but keep the nitrous on. Like I wouldn't turn it off. I would just pedal the gas pedal and hold the button the whole time, and it worked great. But he got mad at that, so I changed my ways.
You're like I need this wide open throttle switch to actually go back to 70%. Like
something. Well, so now with a throttle position sensor, so I'm upgrading the carburetor. So Dale Kubik, he's the carb guru of the world. He's changing the body out for a Gen 3 it's a Dominator carb, his carburetor. So we get to put a throttle position on the side for all this. That's exactly what Blasco's talking about. He's like, yeah, we can progress it down to 70. We can play around with it. So that's all going to get programmed in. So it'll be like I have a button. I should be able to pedal the car and keep the nitrous on. So it'll be.
Hey, Rovic, how come you didn't put it on your floor shifter?
Because I don't have a floor shifter. Why would you have a floor shifter? It's still column shift. So yeah, it's factual. Oh yeah, no, it's always been column shift. Like you have to, like so. I can just grab the steering wheel and shift with one hand. So you know the button's on one end, and you just drive with the other hand. So, yeah. So
I know a lot of people that don't know that, but yeah, he still shifts with the column.
Yeah, man. So I thought I'd have more problems pulling like 2.0 Gs and 1.8s, but it's actually going pretty good. Yeah, it's fun as hell. So yeah, it's just easier because if you know the restrictions of having a shifter on the floor, and I'm about to put my bench seat back in too. I'm getting that recovered, so the bench seat goes back in, and then no floor shifter because it gets in the way. That's all I got to say. So
yeah,
if you know.
All right, sorry guys, I got to duck out, but it's been a blast. So
Ramsey, thanks, dude.
Yeah, thanks, Mike. Yeah. Thanks, everyone. Good to be in the chat with you guys.
See ya.
All right. We'll see you soon, buddy.
Yeah, 100%.
Kyle, your turn, man. Tell us what's up next for you, sir.
Yeah, we'll be going to 66 this year again. That's kind of our big event for the year.
Mm-hmm.
I've still got to put a cage in the truck and do a couple things. I want to do a lot more than I'll probably have time for, but to upgrade the cage and go faster would be way better.
Right.
I'll try and get a ticket to Miles of Mayhem. That's kind of the second event I have on my list. We do a lot of bracket racing. My dad has a bracket car. He's got a 66 Nova. He bracket races as like a door slammer class at Mission. So that keeps us pretty busy during the summer.
Yeah, right. We run a Tulsa runs a 10 race bracket series. Ramsey's back.
I got yelled at by
Stay away.
some support peoples. I forgot to shout out my buddy Chris, WAF Racing, and I'm WAF North. We did a partnership. We sorted that all out on Sick Week. So
that's awesome.
For all us Canadians, I'm bringing the WAF products north. So if you need those awesome spark plug cases, or Raj has got his carb stuff. Any carburetor guys, we got all the WAF Racing tools and everything to support you guys. And yeah, the drag and drive spark plug cases are fantastic. So pftperformance.ca. And we can hook you up with all those. Shipping up here is a little gross, so we can 100% coordinate meeting up with some of those at events and getting those to you guys. So yeah, just wanted to plug that before I get yelled at again.
Yeah, hell yeah, dude. That's awesome, man. Congratulations. Chris is a great dude.
Yeah. Thanks, guys. Anyway, carry on.
Bye.
See Trevor, what's up for you next, man?
I'm looking at bragging rights with Richard and Rovic. Drive back with them. After that, I've got a few events, like local events. SIR is doing their 60-year anniversary, and they want my car there. And that's in Saskatchewan, Saskatoon, Saskatchewan. I'm also doing my own event. It's a little mini drag and drive north versus south in Beaver Lodge, Alberta, Canada. It's just a weekend event. I got a stick shift. Last year, I paid out over $10,000.
When's that, Trevor?
Yeah.
August 8th weekend in Beaver Lodge.
Really?
What's the format rundown of that, dude? I guess I've completely missed that something.
You get to the track, you do a drive, up to a 50-mile drive. You pull in straight into staging lanes for your first time pass, and it's blind qualifying. So you get two passes, and there's no numbers giving, and then you're set into 3 different classes. It's a small tire event, except there's a stick shift class. So there'll be 4 classes this year. I added the stick shift this year.
So is it a hot lap, 2 passes? Or just one
it's
pass
fast.
after?
It's street car. So after your first pass, if you need to switch fuel or tires, as long as you proved on your first pass that your car's street after you did your drive, then you can switch your car however you want, and then you only get one more qualifier after that. And then you go straight into elimination. So that's our local event. I did it last year. It was a good success for the local area. So they asked me and the wife to do it again this year. So we're doing that. After that is Big Sky is the next big event. After Big Sky, I'm looking at doing race week, down in the States there again. So those are the events for me this year.
That's awesome. Any upgrades to the car? Are you happy with where it's at? You're just gonna enjoy it?
It's as good as I want it and can be. So it's at the limit that pretty much that platform is reliable per se at.
Yeah, dude, and listen, 768 is fast as shit in anything, especially a 4.1 liter V6. That's pretty impressive. What size turbos are on it again? You told us last week, but I forgot.
68, 66s is actually the size per se.
Yeah. Hey Trevor, how hot is it in that car when you go down to like Texas in summer? Do you sweat in that thing? It's pretty hot in that little car, eh?
No, I got AC, got power windows. I got cruise control even. So when I'm following you guys on the highway, I'll be on cruise control, stretched out, relaxing.
I think Rich has got a cruise control now. That's an upgrade, isn't it? Didn't you get that one from Chris?
Yeah, I got to pick it up on the way down.
Oh, yeah.
It's cheaper just to drive to Tennessee to get it than it is to mail it up here.
Well, Loft Racing, he's got a whole shop. We can just hook it up right there.
Yeah.
There you go.
Raj, will you have the ability to do that with the TPS on the car now?
I don't know. That's a Blasco question. I got to ask him. Maybe.
I would think you probably could, man.
Yeah, heck, man. Because when I saw Rich bought that cruise control unit, I was jealous. I'm like, yeah, but I just couldn't make it work. But yeah, I didn't think about that.
To go to digital, you can there's a signal output box. If you have a drive shaft speed sensor, it doesn't even have to interact with the ECU at all. It's full standalone. It's great. I put it on the Celica. It was a total game changer for driving a 7.0 car on the street. It's like cruise control is so nice.
Because what I've been using right now is I have the hood prop to hold my hood open, right? I don't have springs on it.
I was thinking you had one of those old magnetic ones that went on the gas pedal,
Well, but no. So what I do is I stick it. So after my right foot gets tired, then I drive with my left foot on the gas pedal.
Yep.
When that gets tired, I stick the hood prop. It's adjustable, so I can change the thing. So I stick it on the gas pedal and I put it in my gut. So then, when you want to give it a bit of gas, you just push out, and then I just stick it above my belt in my gut, and that's my cruise control.
That's awesome. Yeah, those are things that guys with race cars don't even have to worry.
No, this is street car stuff, because it's almost like using a snow brush. Like, you guys don't have snow down there in Canada.
I don't know what that means.
When we go outside of our igloos, we have snow brushes to clean off the dog sled. And used to stick the snow brush on the gas pedal and push the seat forward to have high idle, to warm it up in winter, right? So that's where I got the idea from, right? So
somewhere I ended up with a snow shovel here at my house, and it was a dustpan for a long time.
Yeah,
I finally drove over it and broke it, but it was a dustpan. It never shoveled snow in its entire life. Because if it's snowing, I'm not going out in it. Okay, well, thanks for that spot. Let me do this AFCO racing, and then we're going to get into how Americans what we take for granted, because I think this is going to be a great conversation. So racers know when you want performance that wins, you want AFCO. From shocks and suspension to cooling brakes and more, AFCO Racing has been helping teams go faster for over 30 years. Built by racers for racers. Check out the AFCO Advantage and follow them today on social media for the latest in performance parts. AFCO Racing, built to win. All right, you guys. This is a fun one because I think we've kind of had this conversation before at previous events, but what are some things us Americans, we have 38 events here in the States. Drag and Drive started here. Our car parts are less expensive here than what you have up there. What are some things that we take for granted down here that you guys really have to deal with up there?
Well, you guys pay $2.50 a gallon for gas, so that's a good one. We pay $6.
Oh, bro, what the hell? That's not
overnight shipping.
The shipping's a big one. Shipping.
Yeah, it's usually across the border, the shipping doubles or triples. So you can buy something $60 US. By the time it gets to my door and UPS clears it, it's 250 Canadian. Because it's $100 just to get the part, and then UPS wants anywhere between $40 and $80 in brokerage, and the shipping is double because it's got to come here. And then you got your 12% tax on top. It just all adds up. We're not complaining. It's expensive. Every time you want to buy something, it's just super expensive. A $10,000 part is $15,000 just in exchange and tax. Wow. Let alone shipping. And a lot of U.S. companies won't even ship to Canada. They want to drop ship it to the border. Then you're using a broker at the border, and then a dropping post, and it just keeps adding up.
It costs a lot more money, just like they're talking about, because you don't, if you're trying to build something like a fuel system or whatever, you don't know exactly what elbows and length. So you end up buying not double, but you buy extra just in case, because you can't afford 3 weeks for the part to come again, because sick week is right around the corner, right? So you end up spending more money just to have extra stuff that you're never going to use, and then it's just hard to get rid of because there's nobody around us, right? Doing the same
other problem
things.
is you can't sending it back to the States for any type of service or warranty or repair. I mean, dealing with you just can't ship it back. You have to go through a broker. Sometimes they even want to charge you duty again on it because, where's your original bill? We want proof that you bought it. And it's just a nightmare.
I sent my converter back to have it restalled, and they sent it back with the invoice showing the cost of the converter. I paid $500 in duty and shipping to get my own converter back.
Oh, dude, what the hell, man?
Yeah, I had my summer last year. I got screwed over because I broke my transmission, my input shaft, and I shipped it to Sheps. They got me an input shaft. I paid overnight shipping, shipped it back, and customs held my input shaft for 23 days and didn't even tell anyone. It was just held in Winnipeg, and we contacted them, and it's in this department, and then I had to pay storage for each day it was there. $21 a day storage. For 21 days they held
a box,
and they held it, just for an input shaft. And the input shaft, they charged me, I think it was $1,500 US duty on a $600 part. And I was like, this is nuts. Like, next time I'll just drive across the border. And everyone asks, why do you drive so much? Because it's cheaper to go across the border and ship it, even though it's 11 hours for me to get to the border.
I shipped my Power Glide back for a recert, and I quoted it from Lethbridge. So I'm an hour north of the border, and it was $2,300 in shipping to California. I went across the border. It was $220.
Oh,
I drove an hour, and it was $220.
Man, that's crazy. How do you? So that was my next question: was how do you handle that shipping stuff to Ace and things like that to have Stefan do?
Yeah, I get it shipped to the border, and I go down and pick it up. Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah,
because I can't imagine like, hey, send over this. I mean, Stefan builds some really nice stuff. I can't imagine they're like, yeah.
Oh, I can't afford one of his motors, but he just does the machine work for me.
Okay. Yeah, that's tough, man. I don't know how you do it. That would frustrate me, or I would drive slow stuff. That was probably
the other thing. Like all of our stuff coming north right now, like we don't have a lot of tariffs on car parts right now. I don't even think we actually have any. But for a while there, it was just tires and glass. But the courier companies were rubber and glass. But the courier companies were lazy and would just charge 30% tariff on everything. Yeah. If it was a car part, you paid a tariff on it. And they basically held your parts ransom because if you don't pay it, they're like, oh, well, we're just going to send it back then. Yeah. So you have to pay it and then you have to fight afterwards. And they just go, I don't know.
Yeah, you never get your money back too.
No,
you never see it.
Like I bought a set of MGP aluminum rods, which MSRP is $1,567 US. By the time I got them, they were over $4,000 Canadian.
Oh my, nope.
Yeah,
that's like a whole motor.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, every registration for every event, if like $500 right now is 682 Canadian.
Yeah.
Wow. Good thing we don't pay very high taxes.
That's also the other joke.
Yeah, try being in BC, right?
That's a joke.
That's the sunshine tax, Kyle.
Yeah.
It's brutal over here.
And that's the other reason why you probably don't have a trailer while you drive it across is because I don't want to see that ferry bill.
yeah, I gotta pay $200 to get off the island
each way.
Pretty much, Well, if you have a trailer and stuff, it's $200 each way.
No way.
Yeah.
Dude, no thanks.
It's nuts. Yeah.
Yeah, and it's cold. Nah, I'm out. I couldn't live up.
Well, the other things you guys take for granted is you just don't realize, like between tacos and burnouts, like the amount of great taco places and your law, their their willingness to turn the other way, like in most places in Canada, I'd be in jail for so long right now if I did what I do in Canada. Like, that's why America is like, it is the land of the free, because what we do in Dragon Drives, you can't drive around car pro mods and zoomies and, blowers higher than the hood around. Like, man, you get thrown in jail in most provinces in Canada. So, yeah, you guys don't understand how good you have it.
I think the number one thing that Americans don't know and don't appreciate is what the shirt that Isiah is wearing. Buckies.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, there's no Canadian Buckies, that's for sure.
No.
Or no Buckies in Canada.
And if there was, it would suck.
Yeah.
Why is this beef jerky $172?
Oh, but those brisket sandwiches.
Oh, dude, I'm telling you.
I was going to say the other thing that's the Americans don't understand is our racetracks are 10 hours apart, 12 hours apart. You talk to people from South Carolina, North Carolina, they have 5 racetracks within an hour with radial prep. Here you have to drive. We have one local track, but the next closest one is, 8 hours away.
Yep.
Then the next one after that's another 6 hours away. So if there's an event in Wisconsin, it's a 13-hour drive one way. I mean, it's not like you can drive you can't go Wednesday, you can't go on a Wednesday night and go test somewhere.
Yeah.
Not only that, our season's only like 3.5 months.
Yeah, that's 4 months at most.
Yeah.
Another reason I'm out.
Yeah.
Like we raced.
Well, and Sheldon touched on it, but the track prep is like good luck.
Yeah.
It's pretty much
be glad we're open type prep.
Yeah.
Yeah.
There was a reason I went from a radial to a 3214 slick on my car.
Yeah, you have to build it for what you have around you. Around here it's more slick prep, and that's what you have to build. Like have a radial car where we live is, it's kind of pointless because unless you have to travel, there's just no way around it.
Wow. Yeah, no.
And far.
Yeah, man, that's crazy. I can't imagine being that far, or just the struggle of it being that. Like we are pretty fortunate because you get west and there's probably a lot further between tracks. But yeah, just like you're saying, North and South Carolina, those dudes, they got it made. Like 10, 11 tracks within a 3-hour drive. Like, do whatever you want to, and testing tunes every day of the week.
Yeah.
Interesting. I can't imagine having to take a ferry to go race my car.
Anywhere.
Everywhere. But boy, is it beautiful.
Man, that would be the only thing. But a 4-month race season, no, I'm out on that too. We raced in Tulsa. We were open the day before the end. The 30th of December, we were open for a test and tune day, and then probably could have been open 2 weeks ago. But we will open this Saturday, the 7th of March, with our first test and tune of the year if it's not raining. So we have a 9-month race season. 10 really, I guess, if you probably count it the right way. Ricky says Bucky's is 15 minutes from his house. Yeah, that would be dangerous, dude. That'd
breakfast every morning.
Every morning and lunch, too, probably.
You guys got Chick-fil-A, you got Texas Roadhouse, you got Buc-ee's, you got Target. Like, it's all stuff you guys take for granted.
Tacos. They got tacos. That's all that matters. They got great tacos.
Yeah, right. So the last question to kind of wrap the show up: why don't more Americans come to Canadian events? We talked about this a little bit with the. Yeah, I think
passports and criminal records.
That's the biggest thing that I noticed down there is how many Americans don't even have their passport.
Yeah, no, it's true.
I don't.
I
haven't needed it.
You can talk to an American that lives in a state that's bordering Canada, and they've never left their country. They've never been to Canada, and they have no interest in leaving. And honestly, I don't blame them.
You guys are putting up a real good fight here for us to stay in the U.S.
I was going to say, why would they come? It's more expensive. We've got no tracks here.
The roads are shit.
But the dollar goes further.
Yeah, roads are
cheap. Yeah, it's cheaper for them to race in Canada.
Yeah, that's true. That's
Yeah.
true.
But you know, I mean, they should. There's tracks in Alberta. There's tracks. So the one mission there. There's a couple in Ontario and in Quebec. Like there is tracks. You just, you know, probably the guys in the northern states can make the same travel. I mean, there's no excuse. If Rich drives all across this continent around in a streetcar running potentially sevens, you can take your car in a trailer with your big slick to run, you know, sevens too. And
well,
come
and
across
again,
the border.
Yeah, take that chance. Go up there, have some fun. Go to a track you would never go to, and meet people that you would probably never ever meet. Like East Coast Drag and Drive would be a good one. That's way over. Dragway Rush is just north of Detroit. I mean, like, you know, that's an easy one, I would think.
Like you wanted, there's good radial prep. Like so, Naperville, the track in Quebec, like they got one of the baddest ass tracks around. So like all the guys from like, you know, New York, the tri-state areas, all of that stuff. It's an easy drive. It's like an hour and a half from Albany. Like there's some killer tracks and they have great classes and events all the time. So I don't, guys should just come up more, try it out.
And most of us are friendly.
Some of us.
Some of us. Some are.
Just know that you're not going to find a parts store in every town you're at, or like
or Dollar Generals.
Dollar taking over the world, man. I'm telling you.
Especially in Florida.
Oh, it gets worse when you get out here to where I am in like Arkansas and all that stuff, man. If a town is too small for a Walmart, they have a Dollar General.
Yep.
Ricky says, when I was younger, I lived in northern New Hampshire, and we went across because you could drink at 18.
Yeah.
That's awesome. Yeah, I don't think we have to worry. Nobody on here has to worry about that. Kyle probably did a couple of years ago, but how old are you?
Yeah, it was
like,
a little
like
while
20.
ago. I'm 27 now.
Oh, boy.
It looks like you just turned 19.
Yeah. Perfect.
It's as we get older, they look younger.
Yeah, right.
When I'm 50, I'll look 40 though.
Hey, bring it on, man.
Enjoy
I
it.
promise. Rodney Reeves says he counted $64 Dollar Generals on 6 Smokies.
Jeez.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Let's see. I think that's what have I missed, guys? What haven't we talked about that we need to?
I think we covered lots.
I think one thing we need to do is a live stream from the taco restaurants, telling stories late into the evening with margaritas.
You just got to have the camera rolling. Like you'll see, it
Yeah.
turns into a great shit show.
Yeah, I think that's what we need to do. I'll set up a couple mics and we'll just have some just fun times talking around. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
That's
there's a
our
lot of
goal.
bench racing.
Next
That
time in
Rich?
Florida, we got to find that New Yorker again.
Oh,
We
yeah.
got to film the whole conversation because
Yeah.
that was like Soup Nazi from Seinfeld times 2.
Yeah.
Like that
Yeah.
dude was
That's awesome.
Yeah,
Oh, it was good. And the food was good.
yeah.
Yeah.
I think I got it marked on my phone. It's on one of my starred locations, so
There you
we'll go back.
Why am I not
but
surprised?
make sure that one's in the Track Buddy app there. And,
Oh yeah,
starred
no,
as a
I'm up.
favorite.
I'm going to update all of those. It's not just what taco finder closest to you. It's the ones that I approve. There'll be like a special star. Raj approved taco spots.
Yes, that's awesome.
Yeah.
JWire, I'll probably answer this for everybody, but I don't think anybody in here is coming down to the circuit. It's a big trip for a weekend event. So, and it's like the week after, or 10 days after streetcar bragging rights. So be a tough trip. I wish it was closer to time because we could maybe catch you on the way through, but being the end of April, like April 30th and May 1st, be a bit of a swing between streetcar bragging rights and the circuit.
April.
Yeah, well, just like Raj says, that is one of my goals is to keep hitting different ones. I mean, you kind of feel like you're committed to some of the same ones because they're like welcoming you back, but at the same time, you know, Street and Yeet, I've never been to it, and I know Devin really well, want to go there, and yeah, I just want to kind of keep spreading it out and doing different ones. So we'll be there one day.
Yeah,
Mike.
Appreciate that. Street and Yeet is one. I wish they would bring the 2 tracks one day back. I know scheduling last year they had it, and then it didn't work out. And I don't think they scheduled it for that this year. But 2 tracks one day is pretty impressive. It's like 60 miles difference between the two, and pretty crazy.
Yeah.
Can't do 2 tracks in one day here.
No way. Jason Schaefer here, and then we'll kind of wrap this up. He says, next sick week, Canadian Invasion at our local taco night in Niceville, Florida.
Sure.
Sounds good.
Yep.
Niceville, Florida. How do Canadians not stop at Niceville, Florida? That's
It should just be
I've been
called
there.
Canada. It should just be called Canada.
Canada South.
Yeah.
All right. Well, y'all, listen, thank you very much for coming on tonight. You guys have been awesome. You've been on. We've done this 2.5 hours. I can't believe it. It's pretty awesome. And that is just a drop in the bucket for how much time I'd love to spend with you guys. Just at events, it's kind of fun. But what's weird is, like, when we're at events, we don't spend this much time together cumulatively through the whole week, but we come on here and we get to tell fun stories. So appreciate you guys a whole bunch. And let's run through the group here, tell everybody where they can follow you and all that kind of stuff. And then I'll let you guys go.
You can follow us, the Canadian Acadian. Also, Motion Performance is the business name, the shop name.
You can follow me at the shop.
Go shop.
Yeah. Facebook, Instagram, YouTube, all the good stuff.
Yeah.
Mine just Facebook, Instagram, first initial, last name.
Yeah, mine's Kyle Fredrickson on everything.
Yeah, I'm I think Richard Guido on Facebook, Guido Richard on Instagram, and then my YouTube channel is Canadian Chuck Norris 69. And I was born in 69. I know that there's some other my daughter informed me, my daughter informed me there's something about 69. I don't know what she was talking about, but
we're all 13-year-old boys internally, so we get it.
Roger Huja on Facebook, Tuglove 442, I think, on YouTube. I'm going to start doing stuff. You might not see my face, but you might hear stuff. That's TUGLA 442. There's a whole story to that. That's probably an hour-long story. And Instagram, too. I think it's all kind of linked together. I'm sure you guys will find me, or Tugla Racing on Facebook. So,
it's
awesome. Gojira1 on YouTube. I've been putting together all my sick week adventure. I've done the first couple days. Also, Instagram is Gojira1. My website is gojira1racing.com. And Facebook is Nissan Skyline GTR.
That's awesome. All right. Well, I'm kicking you guys to the back, and I'm going to shut this thing down. You're more than welcome to hang out. We can talk after the show, but I'm going to shut this thing down. So see you guys. Thank you for staying. Appreciate you hanging out doing this.
Right on. Thank you.
Now it'll take me 8 minutes to get all these guys kicked to the back here. Wow. There we go. All right, guys. Again, thank you so much for hanging out tonight. I really appreciate it. 3 hours long. When you have this many people on and you're telling fun stories, that's the way it goes sometimes. So I appreciate all the support everybody's given tonight, hanging out, doing this. Thank you for being our race car friends. You guys are awesome. Appreciate everything that everybody has done for us. And thank you to our sponsors one last time. We can't do it without these guys. So if you're shopping, please hit these folks up. Summit Racing, Deech Works, Molly Motorsports, Driven Racing Oil, Howard's Cams, JWire Solutions, Avco Racing Products, Performer Built Transmissions, and Car Change 3D. And on the next episode, next week, we have the man, Mike Finnegan. We have Joe Cole and Rye Klemp on to talk about their experience in blasphemy on the side of the road, taking the transmission in and out 6 times. So they'll be on next week. So I'm kind of excited about that. And we'll see you guys next time.